Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everybody. Hey, Moulin Rouge. We haven't seen you in a minute.
Hi,
Hey,
Moulin
Kim.
Rouge. Six Up,
Hey,
Jesse.
Tits.
Hi, Stars.
Italian girl. Good to see everybody. Marlena.
Hi, Marlena. Hi, Rowena.
Hey, Rowena.
So, the soup should be here soon. She's getting her Wi-Fi fixed. TJ's out keeping the roads hot. Motorcycle mama. And I'm guessing Pearl will be here pretty soon, too. Hey, Art for Life.
Hey, Art for Life.
We haven't seen you for a while.
I hope everything's going well at home.
Oh, with the sick and afflicted.
Yeah, she's been
Bless her heart.
busy.
Hi, Mad Feathers. Hi, Ray Ray.
Hey, Tanka. Hey, Tanka.
Tanka.
Kim says hi.
Can you guys hear me?
Hi,
Now I
Georgette.
can.
Now we can, yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. It just got real quiet on my end. I'm sorry.
Stop doing
I was just telling you that Kim said hi.
Oh, hey, Kim.
that. Oh, no.
So, this is awkward.
Yeah, there's a lot of cases out there. Somebody mentioned there's a lot of cases going on. And I need to get caught up on all of them.
Oh, Art for Life. I hope he recovers soon.
Oh, 10 days in the ICU.
Yeah, it's
Bless her heart.
trying to be able to
Probably had
keep
it.
one eye.
Tank hasn't left us. She probably just had to bounce
Yes,
off.
she did. She's just
Well.
Our friends are jerks. I'm telling you, they're just jerks. They're like, hey, you guys
And we
want to
just
have
love them to death. We love them.
You guys want to have a live later? And then they ditched us.
They ditched us. It's a good thing I took a nap.
There she is. We were just talking mad shit on you.
Of course. We're having storms, and so my Wi-Fi keeps coming and going.
Oh, this is lovely.
Yeah, I just made me some, well, I brought it home, some spinach dip with some chips. It's really
I
good.
love spinach dip with pita chips.
It's really good. They had all kinds of food. Oh my goodness.
Moulin Rouge, I think I heard about that. Are you talking about the girl that had called about the kid and then disappeared?
This is a crazy story, right? Have you looked into that?
Yes, I haven't looked into that, but I want to. On the lady that was, because when I heard about it, it was really late last night. And
yeah, so she was on the highway in Hoover, Alabama. She called 911 and said that she had seen a toddler on the side of the road. And supposedly she pulls over to check on the child. But she must not stay on the phone with 911. You know, she lets them know like the location. And then I think she called her sister-in-law. And her sister-in-law says that she heard her, you know, like stop, get out. She was going to check on the kid. And then
I had seen about it, and it does look really interesting.
They hear a lot of noise. I'm not sure. I heard somebody say they heard a scream, then I didn't hear it mentioned in another time. So I'm not sure what all they heard, and then they didn't hear from her again. But what's crazy is that the footage is out from the highway. the what do you call those, highway cams?
Yeah.
And you can see that she pulls over, but she's driving for, what I don't understand is how she saw the kid in that lighting. For as much as you see her drive, I just don't understand how she saw a kid on the side of the road to where she stops. Have you guys seen anybody seen the footage from the highway cam?
I haven't seen that, but that would.
Yeah, I haven't
totally
checked
freak
into it
me
yet.
out.
Hey, Pearl.
Yeah, it's.
Hey, is it me or are you quite crackly, Eliza?
I could be crackly. You probably
Just a
the only
little
one that would
bit.
tell me.
Yeah, I did
Okay.
notice that when Pearl said it, I didn't pick up on it before. But yeah, that's.
Is this
that-
any better?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's better.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so that's where I'm confused at. Okay, you can see her get out of her vehicle. I mean, it's hard to see. You see somebody get out of the driver's side of the vehicle, walk around, I believe, the front of the vehicle onto the passenger side, so that they are looking off into like the wooded area.
like trying to find the child that they saw.
Perhaps, like maybe they're speaking to somebody, and they're there at the side of the car for just a few seconds, and then a truck drives by and poof, gone.
Weird.
Some people say that they see a shadowy figure come by. I couldn't. I tried so hard. I watched it several times. It's like a 4-minute clip, but everything happens within the first 2 minutes. I tried and watched it several times, and I couldn't see what they were seeing, to me to look like a shadowy figure or whatnot. It looked like shadows on a sign from the traffic going by, with the lights and it illuminated a truck or something. That's what it looked like to me. Just poof, gone. She's gone. That's a crazy story. So that happened.
It is a crazy story.
Not last night, but the night before, right?
Now, I heard about it last night, so it might have been the night before.
Yeah, I think it was. I think yesterday morning I heard something about it.
Yeah. Hi, Colleen.
Oh, is Colleen here?
Welcome.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too, Tits. It looked
Hey,
like
Colleen.
Hey, Colleen.
Can anybody hear me?
I still very
Yeah,
much would like to see Colleen and Pearl work together. That would be the best.
We've got to get it fixed so she can get on StreamYard. We've got to get that part fixed, and then we do have a project in mind. We're still hoping for that, Colleen. Or Jenny. Whichever you prefer to be called. What do you prefer to be called? Do you prefer to just be Jenny now?
I like the name Jenny. It's her kitty.
Yes, let us know, Colleen. Do you prefer Colleen or do you prefer Ginny?
Six Up is our door greeter. We appreciate her so much.
We do. We love her. She's so much more than a greeter.
Yes,
She's our best cheerleader, isn't she?
She's become such a good friend to all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, and she
really has.
Oh my gosh, she has good advice and good suggestions, and I really appreciate it.
I really never imagined that would be the case. Even after we separated off from Ziggy, I still thought, doesn't mean anything changes there. But
I adore her.
Yes,
I know.
the same.
Yeah.
The same.
Her and Lenny, if you would have told me a year ago.
Oh yeah.
Right, Lenny too.
Right?
Lenny has
Why do things change?
such a head full of knowledge. I mean, I so appreciate her too.
Yeah, we really have gained so much with
And
the
Tamara.
friendship with them.
Yeah, Tamara. I just love Tamara too.
Yes, I adore Tamara. because we were talking. What were we talking about, Tamara? I said something about I always crave salt, and she said you need to drink more water, and I had to laugh because I'm like, oops, that would probably make a difference. I've always been like that, though. I even told my husband yesterday, had that spinach dip, and I said, okay, I know you're going to laugh at me, but it tastes a little bit salty. All of them laughed at me.
I'm sorry, these dogs are in here playing with their bones.
Right, Moulin Rouge? I'm learning that,
Be the-
even at my age. I'm learning.
Be the Bean says that they love salt too. So Be the Bean, you probably need more water.
I do too, but if I drink more water, I'm going to float away.
Jenny says, call me whatever you want to call me as long as it's not basement monster. You got it. I promise.
You are
not
not
gonna
the
call
bully
you
in the
that.
basement.
I found a little clip of the basement monster. Different than Six Ups. I love Six Ups basement monster.
I do too.
It's so creepy, but it's so funny.
I just wanted to agree here with Moulin Rouge. Don't judge a book by its cover, whatever you do.
Gosh, perfect timing. Oh, I love
There were a
that.
few book covers that were done. It's funny. My favorite was the one with the hangers, with the wires.
Yes. That was cute.
Commercial break.
Okay. Oh. Waving wire.
Soon to be a whole commercial for Ziggy
Really?
Club. Yes. There's a
love
whole
it.
load of them coming.
Yay.
Hey, Brooklyn, welcome back.
Let's see a commercial. Here we go.
Do you have an annoying car? Do you have an annoying teen? Is your annoying teen eating up the dollars you need to replace your annoying car? Does it feel like you'll never get that dream car that you promised yourself when you grew up? Are you looking for a solution? Willing to try a new idea? Well, Kriss Kars for Kids could have just the answer you're looking for. Come on down to your local Kriss Kars for Kids dealership and see what's on offer. Don't forget to bring your old car. And most importantly, that spare teenager that's been cluttering up your kitchen. Here's how it works. You bring your kid in, sign some quick paperwork, and pick out your car.
Children are not refundable. Terms and conditions apply.
And that's that. You just drive away.
Beep, beep, motherfuckers.
I'm pretty sure that JBT will be worth 2 Escalades.
I don't know.
Right?
Escalades cost twins, I'm pretty sure. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, we
hi,
got-
Tits. Sorry, I didn't realize Tits was in the chat.
Yeah. Those of us that were here on time, we saw her and greeted her.
Hint, Pearl. Hint.
Pearl, you were supposed to laugh. Now you're going to let me know.
I'm sorry.
All
I'm
nervous.
truly sorry. I was just uploading an attachment. What did you say, darling?
You're allowed, Pearl.
Oh,
We
gosh,
allow
I have
you.
to. I have to say it twice.
Yes.
I said those of us that were here on time already noticed and greeted her.
Well, I plead guilty. I was too busy. I was tapping away at an email, and then I looked up, and it was like, already 5 minutes late.
I know the feeling. Look, I'm getting in trouble from chat.
It said, leave her Pearl alone. When Eliza was when she said that she was thinking of doing the whole Nud Beach, I told her, I said, you better have some respect for Pearl and put her in a towel. So in our whole nude beach scene, Pearl's the only one wrapped in a towel.
It's for the protection of the public. Hey, tits, come up. I was wondering where we was as well.
When I sent her the link and stuff, she said that we had this. So she might just be tired. It's the middle of the night there. Well,
11:15 in the evening.
Anyway, there's a Ned Beach.
I have had my wild moments, but not recently.
I love that Eliza's got her legs in the air.
She's showing her feet. She hates feet. She's showing her feet.
I don't want to get my feet all sandy.
She's trying to make sure that the sun hits all the spots.
and right in front there.
Yeah, that's TJ up front. And then that's Julie out there with the flamingo getting ready to do baptisms. Tanka, can you, I don't know if it's easy for you to send the link to Tits?
It's not. I just have my phone right now. Oh, wait a minute. No, I can do it through my tablet. Hang on one sec.
I can probably do it.
Okay, that's fine.
Raw got quiet so she could do it.
Okay.
Oh, I meant in Discord, but that's fine. I could have done that.
I thought you were having problems.
There you go. There's the link.
I thought you were having problems because the other day you couldn't catch the thing. I misunderstood.
No, it's fine. I often do have trouble trying to paste it into chat. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So there you go. Don't porn bomb us.
As the Bugsy's concern is porn bombing.
Yeah, and please, no feet. Hey, Nikita.
I am not understanding this at all.
Well, I've had a very sick pair and alive. Oh, she's been very busy with her hubby's been very ill.
Oh, right, sick bear. I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Hey, Nikita.
You know what it's like when you're taking care of somebody that's very ill and also not able to see well enough to take themselves to the millions and millions of appointments required. That's what Art for Life has been dealing with.
I'm usually at the other end of that arrangement, the one being ferried about.
Yeah, that's what she's been doing. He's been quite ill. He's been in ICU.
How hot has it been with you today?
Oh, I have not ventured outside. It's that hot. The house is hot.
Yeah, it's been reported on the news how hot the USA and the south of Europe are.
It's 93 here.
It's 100 degrees right now.
Ugh.
Oh, I couldn't cope with that. I really couldn't. Possibly if I had air conditioning. But
the humidity, it can be horrible, and it agitates my seasonal asthma. That's what they call it. So,
well, it's actually down 2 degrees from earlier. It did reach 102 degrees, so we're cooling off.
Ooh, somebody's got 103. I bet Arizona's really hot. If anybody's in Arizona, I bet it's super hot there. Shut up, Kim.
There's Tits. Hey, Tits.
Zero
Hey,
humidity.
how are y'all?
We're doing
Good.
fine, darling. How are you? I know you've had a lot on your plate.
So good to
Yeah.
have your boobs staring at me again.
I thought you said porn bomb. I'm sorry. So what's been going on?
Well,
Oh, we're little bitches, says Eileen.
Soup encouraged us to do a second live and then couldn't get here.
I
Yeah.
know she
It's all
just said in
Soup's fault.
Discord that she felt bad for encouraging it, and then she doesn't have any Wi-Fi.
I know.
they're at
It
the
doesn't
house
really
right now.
matter, but we're going to make her pay anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get her back.
We'll get
It's
her,
okay.
my pretty.
Shit happens.
We'll send her a special merch from someone that can't spell.
Oh, I've missed your laugh.
Bugsy.
Shame on me.
Shh, quiet.
Actually, I
didn't say
think
the
that's a great gift.
Well, then she can go out to dinner and get whatever she wants on it. She can spill on it. She can spit on it. She can stomp on it.
We've lost Tanga.
Tanka's been doing
wait.
that.
She's got a storm going on.
Yeah,
I
so
noticed
it's
she was
so-
dropping earlier in the
Yeah.
day as well.
It's glitching on her Wi-Fi.
Yeah, the problem is checking convictions. We cheaped out on the StreamYard, and so one comes up and somebody has to drop. Those are the rules. Like one in, one out.
That was actually my problem at first. It was trying to bring me up under the jerks, and it's giving me Pearl's icon, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So I had to log out. And
There's
go back in.
something very strange going on with the icons because look, I can do this. Hang on.
Oh, now she's Soup.
Soup's here.
We can pretend.
Yay.
She can pretend she's Soup.
I'm hiding.
I was so confused the night that first happened. I came in here and I was thinking, why am I not here? And then I noticed that Soup's bubble was speaking when I was speaking. I don't know how it has happened, but I've got Soup's avatar in my list of avatars.
Oh, I have an idea
Scared me.
how
I was going to
might have
run and
happened.
hide.
I think when you go in to do something in StreamYard, if you come up through like the jerks, into that one, I think that you get the last avatar loaded.
Yeah, that's how mine was, and it was still logged in. So I had to log out and then log in under my tits.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to torment Soup.
She
Looking under
logged
your
in
tits.
under her tits.
The underhang. When if Soup does come up this evening, when she comes up, I'm going to change my avatar to Soup just to confuse her.
That'll be great.
Don't tell her, guys.
No.
Has anybody found Karen Massey yet?
I have
I'm
not.
just wondering if anybody's seen or heard from her.
APB out on Karen Massey.
I have not, but I haven't been looking for her either, so I'll start.
I haven't been looking for her, but there was parts of me that wondered whether, if the word got out to Doug Hutton, whether he would actually come in as Karen Massey. And he's fairly easy to wind up, so I think we'd be able to tell, just drop a few comments and see him go.
The chat has not found Karen Massey. It's almost like Dillard.
Dillard.
Very elusive. Very elusive.
Like Doug left and so did Karen.
A couple of Karens left, huh?
Oh, I bet one Karen's still around. She's hiding in the bushes.
Did somebody say the bushes?
Yeah, the bushes. See, this is the exact scene I had the other day just with 2 dogs poking their heads out. It was so funny.
We should have had a deer there lurking behind Sue.
Yeah, you should have deer too. Oh, that would be
would
so
be
awesome.
that deer stalks her. Oh, that's got to happen. Just to creep her out.
Eileen, did you miss the announcement the other day? Karen is currently in rehearsals for a one-woman show of Scarface that she's bringing to Dinner Theatre in the autumn. Look out for tickets if you live in the New York area. I think it'll be a huge success. Eventually, someone from over there is going to catch on to this. It's going to become a whole issue. It's just a joke. Don't take it seriously.
They won't. It'll take them a while, Pearl.
Quite a while.
Sorry.
It made me jump then.
I apologize, Pearl. She makes me jump too, and she's sitting right behind me. I hate that when she does that. That's how I get woke up in the morning.
Are you doing a Karen there, wee Frosty?
Oh, I'm sorry,
No,
Heather. I know
Heather.
it's horrible.
Just stay inside.
The air conditioner just can't cool quick enough. It's ridiculous.
It was interesting yesterday. My family all got together at my cousin's, and we were all. It was very comfortable in there, and my cousin's husband, he likes it cold in the house, and my other cousin, she was like, "It's too cold in here," so we had to run and get her a jacket. On the rest of us were all comfortable and stuff, and she lives in Florida, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and it hot there? Well, yeah.
It's 88 inside, Heather. Oh my God.
Ooh, that's too warm, Heather.
Yeah, I've gotten mine down to 80 inside. It's still hot.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, you're gonna make me jealous.
Yeah,
I keep mine at 72.
that's what we keep ours. I dropped it one temperature though, just in case we're cooking.
Yeah, mine's not gonna be able to handle that workload. It's just too hot.
Although we have a storm that's going to move in soon, I think, so it's kind of cooling it down a bit.
Yeah, ours cooled down like 20 degrees yesterday. I know I'm crazy, but
it was nice here yesterday.
It was beautiful outside. The clouds, I mean, it was dark, but it was just beautiful shades of blue. So pretty. You keep yours at warm temperature. So gross. Oh dear. Stars.
If money was no object, I would keep mine at 68. I'd be happy there all year round.
My daughter keeps hers at that. That's a little too frosty.
I sleep so much better when it's cold.
Hi, Cindy.
I have to have a fan no matter what time of year it is.
Exactly. Me too.
I can't sleep without it.
And I have one daughter that hates fans. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? You're not my child. She hates fans. She will not have them on. I'm like, so if we go over to her house, I'm so used to a fan somewhere being on. She doesn't have those. She hates fans. So I'm like,
I used to not care
I have a fan
for
in my office. I have a fan in my bedroom.
I want it on my face.
See, that's what I hated.
I'm sorry,
about
Eliza.
them. And they blow on your hair and little strands tickle your face and
yes, yeah.
but I will deal with
No,
the
I need
fan
them on
now.
my
I've
feet.
gotten used to it.
You need them on your feet.
Yeah, I feel like if your feet are nice and
Yes.
relaxed, like the rest of you is, you know.
It does help, yeah.
Yeah, if I get hot, that's the first thing that comes out of the blanket is my feet. Because then I get cooled off.
At the
or
risk
whatever.
of somebody coming in at this stage and completely misunderstanding what I'm about to say, I
Uh-oh.
prefer it full blast on my face.
Oh, Pearl. Oh. Pearl, is it real hot over there?
It's not. It's really mild, but I'm still
Really?
complaining about the heat because I always do.
You need one of those little, they have those cooling bands you can put on. Have you heard of those? You can
It's
put
not a
on your
headband, is it?
No. You put it around your neck.
It's not. It goes around your neck.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
My husband, I get those from when he's mowing, and they're amazing. You can
I'll have
also
to look
buy.
into that.
They're very reasonable. Also, and you put them in the freezer, and then of course, they thaw out. But or you can just rinse them in cold water. Then they also have, which I didn't have good luck with, fans that you put around your neck. But my hair kept on
Careful,
getting.
those will get your hair.
I
Yep.
know, and it did. Now they have different ones that don't have those slots in them though so much. So I think they figured that out. Oh, ladies are going to use these. Yeah, they're really nice though.
Yeah, I tend to do the ice pack on my
Yes,
chest, and
that's a good idea.
the 2-litre bottles that soda comes in. Not that I drink it, but the kids do. That full of water in the freezer till it's an absolute block, 2-litre
Yep.
block, and then
Yep.
stand it in front of the fan for that sort of
Oh,
swamp cooler effect. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
yes, that's a good idea.
If all else
Just
fails,
freeze
I
a
just
good
head
idea.
to the
Girl,
bathroom
just freeze your bra.
and lie in cold water.
Just freeze your bra. I'm sure that'll make everybody go, ooh, what's in her refrigerator?
So it appears to be 2 hats. Oh, I think we Frosty, you're another swamp cooler girl. Sort of freeze a big bottle of ice, and it is wonderful when it's fresh out of the freezer. The first couple of blasts are just bliss.
I love that. See, that's why I like my pop. I like it halfway frozen, and water's that way good too. So I like the ices, but anymore they don't make the ices the right way like they used to.
Eileen has got her electric blanket on.
What? Get out of here.
I mean, I'm thinking about taking my clothes off. It's freaking hot, but whatever.
Well, she obviously is somewhere much cooler than we are.
She must be.
Yeah.
Are you in Antarctica?
South
What
of
is that,
Ireland.
18 degrees?
No, I don't think that's 18 degrees. It's a different. What was that? Oh, no,
That's how my
it's
husband,
Yes.
he has vacation at the end of the
18.
month, and I think we're going to go to the mountains for a couple weeks.
I
Or a
don't
couple
know
weeks,
what
a
that
couple
is.
days, just to cool off.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm still finding this funny, Jessie. I've seen it several times from several different people today, and I still laugh every single time.
Yep. But shh. Don't say nothing.
You didn't see anything.
Yay!
Hey!
Little Ewok!
It was a little too sensible up here. Hey!
It's everyone's
Hey,
favourite
girl.
koala.
G'day.
G'day.
Good day.
Hello, wee Frosty.
Hello. And look, we have Tits. That makes me so happy too. Hello, Tits. Hello.
I know,
Hello.
and even
I
the
have
dog
them
was
too.
saying hello.
Is having tits a new experience for you? It was just the way you phrased it.
That's what I was wondering.
You get bored with what the good Lord has blessed you with. It's good to have another option available. I'm enjoying this. That's why I'm like, why not? Why not? I have no good reason why this would not be a good thing.
I heard you shave today. Did you get the drains clogged up?
Well,
What?
Yes, it looked like a small Yorkshire Terrier was nesting in the plug hole.
Hold on.
I saw it in chat. It happened.
We're gonna need a commercial break.
Wait. Oh, okay. Afterwards, I'll tell you my new commercial idea.
Okay. Oh, darn it! I'm finding the correct commercial. Oh, I'm in the wrong area. No wonder I couldn't find it.
This is a public service announcement on behalf of dogs. The diploma-owning grooming stylists of America.
Our dogs deserve the best in life: fun, freedom, healthy food, exercise, and great physical care. A pampered pooch is a happy pooch. Just look at those happy faces. But there's a dark reality out there, threatening the happiness of America's dogs. A trap that even the most loving owner can fall into. Something that will leave your beloved pets scared to leave their home. Look at Winnie, too ashamed to come out from underneath her blanket. And who can blame her? Every day in America, a loving but misguided owner attempts to groom their own dog. No, we're not talking about essential bathing and brushing. We're talking about owners who look at their scissors and think, how hard can it be? Well, the answer is pretty darn hard. Just look at the evidence. Winnie's owner is a hairdresser. And look what happened. Not all skills are transferable to another species. Here's Winnie with a haircut from a dog's professional. One that didn't leave her hiding under a blanket in shame. Dogs of America, and all the dogs of America, are begging you to listen to the experts. Put the scissors down and back away from the dog.
Poor Winnie.
The voice does sound a little bit
So
like
can I say?
Foxy's. Yeah, tell us their idea.
Can I say two things?
Yes.
Well, one, I just want to say, hey, Cindy, love you. And two, I think we need the weed drain cleaner commercial. So.
That's a good one. I like that.
That is a good one.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, Tara has gotten hold of the scissors, so Winnie is safe.
Right, the voice is an automated voice that I slowed down and dropped the pitch on, that's all.
It does sound a little bit like Foxy's voice.
I think
it does.
I tried to give you a wee shout earlier that when Eileen was saying that she had her electric blanket on, I can understand why. You guys are all being roasted over there. I have empathy for that. The tiny Africans, they're being frozen by the snow. It's a whole situation. It's business as usual. In the middle of July in Ireland, there is what can only be described as biblical amounts of rain. So now with my smoother appearance, where the fur has been removed, I'm going to be able to swim up and down like a dream. It's going to be amazing. I'll be able to nip to the shops. I'll be able to do all the things. While everybody else is trapped in their homes, I'm going to be just paddling around the place. It's fabulous. Good timing.
So you guys have
Hey,
had a ton
Tara.
of rain?
Oh,
We-
it's been a whole lot of rain.
Like we literally just started getting hot about a week ago. We've had so much rain this year. I feel like I moved to, like Pacific Northwest or something.
We tend to sort of get one good week at the start of the summer, and then just at the very end of the summer when kids are going back to school and they're all having to wear woolly jumpers, as I remember very well. Then it gets hot again. So at the start of September, for some ungodly reason, when everybody is, wearing their brand new school uniforms and stuff, then all of a sudden it becomes roasting. And you just see like hundreds of sweltered children losing the will to live, going, please get me home and get my shorts on. This is too much.
Right? That's how I've heard of some old schools not even having AC. I couldn't even imagine.
God,
Like in the winter, okay, but
in our school, our heating didn't work. It was like those big old iron framework windows with the rickety window panes. It was
Yes,
you would
same.
have thought
Did you
we'd
go to a
escaped.
church school by any chance?
No, but it was pretty much the same, same difference where you were like, I feel like we have escaped from the Dickens era and have
Yeah.
been stuck here. I'm waiting to be stuck up a chimney at any moment. This is not good.
I went to a really strict school and it was too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter. And if it was absolutely you're going to pass out hot, they would let us take our jumpers off and undo the top button
Oh,
of the pink and white check Peter Pan collared shirt that was
oh
part of the
my
school
God.
uniform. They were that
And I have
strict.
a visual.
same. We had to ask for permission to be allowed to take either your blazer off or your jumper. You had to be given permission. I got punished twice in school in the entire time I was there. One time was for running down the corridor where I was made to do like 300 school lines out of the school rule book. And then the second time, I had been caught at night time. It must have been about 8:30 in the evening. I had walked to the local phone box to make a phone call for my mother. I am that old. Uh, Back in the day when we used to have to do such a thing. So I had walked over to the phone box, but I had a regular coat over the top of my school uniform. And one of my teachers had spotted me and waited until the next day and enacted her revenge and gave me detention for it.
What?
Right. That's the highlight of my criminal career.
Oh my
Yeah, our
gosh.
schools like that. You weren't allowed to wear anything that wasn't standard uniform, even on your way to school and
Yep.
from school. If you
Yep.
were caught,
Yep.
it's just absolutely ridiculous rules. It was like being in the army.
Right.
It was crazy.
We, Jenny, aka Colleen, would like to know why not big Africans? Why are they tiny Africans?
Well, it's just the particular term of affection I use for the entire continent as a whole. It's a term of endearment because my people are a tiny people. Apparently, we can barely see out through a letterbox. Never mind out through a window. Everybody now has to be tiny, so I've just went with that. It makes no sense, but I'm going with it.
There you have it.
I'd like to say it makes loads of sense, but no.
No,
No,
that would be a
doesn't.
lie. I would know that you hated me then. I'd be like, no, you're telling me lies now. Stop it.
Stop just agreeing with her just to agree with her.
Jesse, you got off lightly with a month. I think if anybody that I knew had been caught smoking behind the bike sheds, normally that was the standard place. You were in serious trouble, and yet people still did. There was just like a
Right?
scatter, sort of a teacher's coming.
I mean, if we got in trouble just for wearing the wrong coat to make a
Yep.
phone call at night when school was out, I can't even imagine how much it would have been to get caught smoking with your uniform on. Mm-mm.
They were super strict, super strict. But you still find, there was still time and a place, to be crafty enough, like. But that's literally my rap sheet. Yeah.
Colleen has another question for you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She wants to know, please, can she be tiny?
Well, I don't see
No,
why not.
I would like to announce to the world this evening that in case you didn't realize already, Colleen, you're not only tiny, but you're adorable. So now you get all
Oh,
of the things. Congratulations. I love you.
there you have. Now we have wee tiny Jenny Jen.
Yeah.
Was this a legit school-approved smoking area, or just a sort of pre-arranged amongst the pupils smoking area?
There's
I can tell
usually
you at
something
my
by
high
the
school.
students.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say at my high school, yeah, there were certain students that gathered in a specific area to smoke. I don't know if it was school approved, but they did it.
Linny, you've just made me wince from memory there. Yeah, the work of the devil.
Yeah.
If you are in any way not a standard size, say you have a longer body to leg proportion, or you're slightly too wide, or you're particularly curvaceous in the upper chest, those things had no give in them.
No. We used to have the like a dark green uniform with a pale green blouse. But for school, we also had to wear these bottle green, huge construction of underpants. And I'm using that term in the nicest way possible. I would say knickers. They were literally traditional knickers.
Yes, ours were navy.
Ours, and they had like what can only be described as an almost timing belt style arrangement of elastic around the waist part and around the legs. It was like you were sealed in there. You were like, not good. None of it was good. I can promise you that.
And then if it was a particularly long assembly and you're sitting there cross-legged, which is not good for your circulation anyway, and you also got this elastic at the top of your legs as well, and then you've got to try and stand up and leave the hall.
With usually one dead leg, maybe two. You're like trying to move. Yep.
I went to public school, so we didn't have any uniforms, and it's crazy I turned out okay, but I did.
Right, me too.
These were state schools. They weren't fee-paying schools. It's just that the UK's got a strange attitude towards school uniform.
Oh, really?
It's more flexible now, but yeah, it's really strict.
So here in the States, if you go to like a charter school or a private school, you have uniforms, or at least here in Colorado, I should say. But if you go to public school, no. So there are certain things like they don't let you wear derogatory stuff on your shirts. They don't want you wearing spaghetti straps. But other than that, there's not a whole lot to it.
Yeah, I was just happy the year I started kindergarten was the year that they started letting girls wear pants to school. Prior to that, if you were a girl, you had to wear a dress or a skirt to school.
Really?
So, yeah. Yeah, the year I started kindergarten, so it was like a big deal. My mom's like, well, you can wear pants if you want to, and, like helping me pick out what I wanted to wear on the first day, and I think I chose a dress anyway. But, yeah. But she was like, are you sure? Because you can wear pants. So, yep, up until that point, little girls had to wear skirts or dresses.
I am so jealous of you being allowed to wear pants, trousers. That seems like an absolute dream. Here we get the traditional corned beef leg situation where it just like it doesn't look good. You're like, there's no circulation happening there at all. Everything has died from the waist down. We're in trouble.
I'm laughing because it's so true.
Oh yes, the bell bottoms, Lenny. I remember the bell bottoms.
Mm-hmm.
The hip type bell bottoms. They were so low and
Ditto jeans.
Yep.
With
And
the
I had
horseshoe on the butt and the big, huge, gigantic bells at the bottom.
and back then, I mean, I had plaid bell bottoms. I thought they were so cool. It's so gross when I think about it. It's like, why did I go out like that? That's bad.
Yeah, but that's kind of how when I look back at my kid pictures in the 80s, right? And your bangs are fucking mile high.
Oh my gosh, I know, right?
Not a good look, no, but that was the trend then.
It was.
The neon bike shorts and the...
Heck
Yep.
yeah, I had all the neon.
No,
I
we
had
didn't
a pair
have
of shorts
that.
that had every colored neon on each like panel, right?
Mm-hmm. And the MC Hammer pants, remember those?
Heck
Curly
yeah.
perms. I will never ever do a perm ever again.
I was just going to say,
Perms.
who had a perm?
Oh, I do
I had a
remember
perm.
those.
Yeah, I had a perm.
Fortunately,
I
I
had
had
a
a
perm.
lot of hair, so it was never,
You still
never
wear
sort of tightly permed.
high
but,
rise plaid bell bottoms.
everybody used to end up with those weird waves and then a straight bit at the roots.
My
Yeah.
hair was really, really long when I went to my big school, grammar school. And in about halfway through first year, I managed to convince my mother that I should be allowed to have a haircut because I wanted to look, cool like all the other girls. So this was agreed, and it took months of extra chores, all the things, doing all the things. In my head, I was going to look like Baby from Dirty Dancing. That's what was gonna we were gonna create. That is not what happened.
Uh-oh.
They cut my hair and cut it above shoulder length and permed it all in the one day. I looked like I had been
you poor
electrocuted. It took me about 3 years to recover. It was
Oh, for
not a
God's
good
sake.
situation. It was
I need
awful.
photos. I need photos.
My
Oh,
mom
no.
did that to me when I was like 5. And I look like it just looks bad. And after that, I let my hair was long the rest of the time. You're not touching my hair again.
Right? You're like, no, you've got me once. We're
No.
not doing that
I
again.
did. I looked like a little 5-year-old that had been stuck in a light socket. I have
Oh,
to
my
figure out
mom
what-
My mom
bad.
thought it was a good idea to cut my hair very short in what they called a pixie.
Yes, I remember those too.
No. I am still traumatized to this day. We would go to like the mall or something, and kids like they'll just ask you random stuff like, hey, do you want to be my friend? You're just going to be there for 5 minutes, right? In the same section of the store at the mall or whatever. But so I remember we're at a pet store, and a little girl comes over to me and asked me how old I was and, do you want to be my friend? Sure. And then she asked, okay, but are you a boy or a girl? Traumatized.
Oh.
Hated that haircut. Hated that haircut. My hair has never been that short again.
Right, it really does put you off. There's those little younger experiments whenever something happens and you see things on other people, and then you're like, I don't know, maybe, and then just that within a split second, the memory of your core misery that happened at that time, that you're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. No, that was a bad idea.
Glass
Mine
house, do
wasn't
you
even
like
my
it?
idea.
Right, but that makes it worse. It was done to you.
Right?
I just don't want to look like a poodle. And after I got married, I decided perms were in, so I had a perm. I didn't want to go to work after I had that perm. I told my husband, I'm wearing a hat to work. No, you're not, and you're going to work. And I just sucked it up.
Well, the beauty
I
of a
did.
perm is you can wash it out in the first 24 hours.
No, not this one.
Oh,
No. No, it took forever for it to calm down. I think because I have a little bit of
Curl?
natural curl,
I do too.
that it was ridiculous. I swear, I look like a white woman with an afro. It was bad. It was bad.
I did have one perm that I liked.
Now
because
that's
my hair,
pretty.
That was how my hair was. Sad Morgan
like
Fairchild
that.
hairdo, which seemed big enough. But if I can say to
Yeah,
you
it's
that
big.
my sister, who had dark hair that was much thicker, not only liked to have a demi-wave, as they called it then, in
Yes.
her hair, but also liked to backcomb it a bit as well. And no word of a lie, the shadow that she would cast in the hallway would terrify you.
Or if two or three of you happened to be walking and there
Okay,
was, like,
that's
you know, the
scary.
street light above you and you could see your own shadow, you literally looked like little melons on a stick. Because all you
Yes.
could just see was the outline of the huge hair and then your wee tiny child bodies.
I
It
swear
just
she
didn't
could
work.
have balanced a tray full of pints on the top of that with hairspray.
This is
Absolutely
probably why you haven't
rigid.
really done
My-
bathe since.
my little sister has like naturally curly hair, but for like almost most of her life, nobody knew how to take care of it properly. And she always had this like big hair. Nobody wanted to sit next to her in the car or anything because it's going to tickle in your face. You're like, move your poof. Move your poof. Her hair is beautiful now that she knows how to take care of it and treat the curls right and all of that. But yeah, she had giant hair.
Well, back then it was bigger is better, and you had Aquanet hairspray, right?
Yep, your little back combing brush.
Yeah. I should ask my mom. I'm going to ask my mom for some photos of me. Like, I remember the big old bangs in the 80s. And I was just a kid, like in elementary school and stuff. But still, I remember it.
The trauma. I'm still there. I'm still like, oh my god, what did we do to ourselves?
What's crazy is someday it's going to come back, probably.
Right. There's a musician I really like, and one of his sort of vibe of clothing at the minute is all of the sort of Adidas style tracksuits that would have been around during the 80s. And I feel like I'm having some sort of weird flashback every time I see this young man. And he's
Now
only
I
like
need to
in his
know who you're
20s.
talking about.
Ren?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
Um,
gifted, very gifted.
and he's an absolutely gentle soul of a
Yes.
human being. There's that as well. But he wears these tracksuits, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel so old.
It has to be put in perspective, though, that the 80s, the guys were either like new romantics, you know, sort of putting a bit of slap on, or rockers with these sort of poodle perms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, funny you
So-
should say that, because
I remember those.
Jessie was just streaming one of her part of one of her concerts that she had been to earlier, just before you guys came on, and it was Motley Crue, and like myself, they've aged, and you're sort of like, oh, I still love you, but this is depressing me all at the same time, but I still love you.
I still love you, even though you look like that ball sack that porn bombed Perth.
And tomorrow night she has Def Leppard. So if you should stroll by there if you want to see it, it's amazing. Watching the concert.
Who is it?
Jesse.
Jessie.
Okay, I've saw
on
Def
her
Leppard before.
Yes,
a long
same.
time ago.
And I'm still very happy to I love it. There's something about being middle-aged and watching a concert without having to leave the house that I'm very much enjoying. We've had that, Glastonbury, Pink Pop, Artiefest, you name it. We've Download, all the concerts. That's been the highlight of my summer so far.
I used to love going to Glastonbury.
Oh, right.
It is not a wheelchair-friendly festival.
I was
Can you imagine on the rainy years.
Somebody would have to put us into a backpack and dangle us around the place, because we would never make it alone. We would just be like little mud flapping fish. We would be trailing ourselves through the gutters. That's what would be happening.
Do you know, I started reading this sentence and I was sure that was going to end up with a flock of seagulls. Do you remember that hairdo?
Yes. It's all in the side swipe. The swoop.
I'm going to have to go and find that now so I can show people.
Yes, yes. Do it, Linny. Do it.
Me too, Bugsy. I was into feathering bangs in the 80s.
My mom was into it while I was a child. I wasn't into it. It was the whole Farrah Fawcett thing, remember?
Mm-hmm. It was.
Oh my God.
The swoop. The swoop.
It's really fortunate. I mean, it was bad enough then, but imagine if you had that hair now. People would go, "You just look like a shit Wolverine."
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Wolverine in the rain.
Right? Be the bean. Missing them wings though.
Makes me feel old.
Right. Same.
Everything makes me feel old, but I think that's because I'm old. Having said that, though, the people who are constantly going on about our age should remember that I am only the same age as Heidi and substantially younger than some of the people knocking around the YouTube streets.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that hairstyle on my son at just over somewhere between 2 and 3 when he got the wood glue out from under the sink and rubbed it in his hair like hair mousse, and I could not get the stuff out quick enough. Had to take him to the hairdressers.
Oh my God.
I'd already got a photograph session booked.
Always when you
consequently,
got a photo
there was a fringe and nothing else at the back. All the views were straight on. It looked okay on the photographs, but it was just like, what on earth? He'd seen me put hair mousse on my hair.
And he thought it was the
Found
same?
a bottle that had white squirty stuff in it and just went for it.
Oh God.
God.
I remember once as a kid. Yeah, no. My sister and I played hairdresser, and I was the stylist, and I cut my sister's hair, and my mom was so pissed. And then so anyway, you want to talk about pixie cut? Yes, that's what my sister got.
Oh man.
Like I hijacked her bangs. Oh God, it was like so close to the forehead. It was awful. That is something I'm thankful my daughter has never done.
It's one of my
JW
guilty.
still has her Farrah Fawcett poster. That's amazing. What were you gonna say, Wee?
I was going to say it's one of my guilty pleasures on YouTube, watching people do terrible things to their hair, because we can all relate. Watching them giving themselves terrible haircuts, doing all the weird things, trying to do a home dye job in the bathroom.
I like to watch Brad Mondo
I was just gonna say Brad
reacting
Mondo. Yes.
to people really either successfully doing their hair or spectacularly messing it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look and find this other guy's name. I think you would really enjoy him too, Pearl. He's Norwegian dude. But he's, God love him, he's adorable, but sometimes just hilarious. The facial expressions. Another expert hairdresser. He's very, very good at doing all the things, but his reaction is just like, why? Why? I love it. Because it's not me. I'm like, that's not me. That's not me on the video.
See, that's something my daughter can be, because I remember my mom, she would try and cut our hair. My mom is not a hairdresser. What the fuck? Why did she cut our hair? But she did as kids. So my daughter, she can never bitch and moan about that, because she goes to a hairdresser and gets her hair done professionally. Like, no crazy haircuts because mom tried to do it.
I remember cutting my little brother's hair once, and he has ADHD, so he would always be very fidgety. So it'd have to be like a whole preparation session to be able to get him to, be in the zone for the haircut. But whatever he had done, he twitched, and I was still clipping, and there was like a whole little bald patch, like about a 1 inch square of pure bald patch in the weirdest place above his ear. There was no way to blend it in. I would have had to scalp him completely.
Marker pen. It's the only way forward.
It was awful. I was just like, I'm so sorry. I've done this
Oh
to
my
you
God,
guys.
my
This
mom did that
meme is
to my
from Art for
sister.
Life. This meme is from Art for Life, and she's also sent us a delightful image of herself with the said Italian big hair.
I love
Aw.
this.
You are so pretty.
She's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
You can carry that hair because you've got a great face. The worst thing in the world is not having a great face and having a terrible hair.
Right. You're so beautiful.
I remember once when my mom, the hair cutter, was cutting my sister's hair, and my sister turned her head, and my mom cut her neck, and my sister's getting stitches. Like, it was a whole fucking mess.
Oh
So,
my Lord.
I think that's when my mom, the hair cutter, retired, honestly.
Once you draw blood, terrible things have happened. That is the end.
Yeah, thank God she did, because fuck, she sucked at it.
Oh dear.
We call bangs a fringe in the UK.
Oh, fringe.
Although younger people are starting to call them bangs because they pick up sort of American ways of expressing themselves. And it just feels like the whole of my life, I've either been growing out my fringe or my hair is all one length and I think, hey, I think I'll have a fringe.
Right? It feels like a constant I'm the same, constant trade-off of you grow it out and then you're like, oh, I miss that. I'll go and get one again. And then as soon as you do, I'll grow it out again. And It's a whole situation. Tortured by your own friend.
I am at least blessed with the fact that my hair grows really quickly.
Mine does too, thank goodness, because every time I have cut bangs, I have had instant regret.
I do too. Because then you have to do them. You can't just like, hurry up and do. You have to like actually do your hair. I feel like with them, because mine
Yeah.
don't just fall into place naturally. No, it's a process.
Ooh, what's cooking in the microwave?
Oh my
Oh
God.
God, it's thundering.
Was that tinfoil wrapped baked potato exploding?
That's what it sounded like.
I'm
That's a
sorry, I
classic
unmuted
from-
like right as it was thundering, so that may have been part of it.
When my friend's mom got her first microwave, she didn't read the instruction book because, people never do.
Who needs
And she
that?
had baked potatoes wrapped in tinfoil
Oh,
in
no.
the microwave.
Oh no.
Oh God.
It
And
was a
then she
very
needed a new
short-lived microwave.
Yeah.
And the moral of the story is read the booklet or understand physics, one or the other.
When we were students, so like the first year I was at university, we had moved into like the halls because it's not fancy. It was basically where you got a tiny little shoebox room, but at least you were safe and in one piece. But we had these shared kitchens, and one of the dudes, we have these things which are like pies in a tin. They're called Frey Bentos. You know those, Carl?
The Frey Bentos pie.
So one of the dudes who lived on my floor, so we had the same shared kitchen. He decided to have a little bit too much of the fire water, came home from his night out, and we were all just sitting in the kitchen chit-chatting, and we didn't even realize what he had put into the microwave. There was an almighty explosion, and it actually went through the ceiling, the little pie tray. It went ping. That was a whole situation. It was like a projectile pie. I never thought I would witness such a thing, and it was an experience. But yes, we got no microwave then for the rest of the year.
Through
Oh,
the
God.
ceiling.
It
Especially in
went
college, like-
literally up between,
Wow.
because it's like a full metal tin. It's not even like a wee tray. It's a full metal tin underneath.
And in
It's meant to
college,
go
I
in
feel
the
like
oven,
you live off the microwave.
right?
Or ramen, whatever. But I think you microwave your ramen then, so I don't know.
That one of those.
This is the part, they are completely clad in metal. What you're meant to do is cut the top off it and put it in the oven. And
Yep.
so you end up with
Wait, that's people
this.
food?
Yep. That's
Ooh,
people.
steak and kidney?
Wait a minute. Steak and kidney?
I feel
don't
like
eat,
that's
yes.
what I would give my dog.
I have never eaten a steak and kidney pie in my life.
Oh,
Just
goodness.
the smell of kidney is enough. Steak and onion, fine. Steak and kidney, get away from me, Satan. I don't want.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. No.
No, it's one of those weirdly British foods that even the people that will tell you they enjoy them, I am convinced that they're lying to me because they just don't seem good. I'm like, no, this is not a good situation.
How
See,
can they
here
call
in the
that
States,
pie?
I feel like that was liver and onions. Like my parents used to try and force feed me liver and onions. I will never
Yeah.
make my kids eat that shit because it's fucking gross.
But
So-
our
I've only
parents at
ever
least
eaten
didn't.
liver once, and that was because I was in a convent, and I did not feel that I could say to the nuns, "I'm not eating this."
Not a
I'd
chance.
shoved it down me with lots of water and then lay on the bed for 4 hours feeling nauseous. And it's the one and only time. Get away from me with liver. And the idea of steak and kidney is just bizarre to me. Hey, we've got some steak. Why don't we totally ruin it by shoving some offal in there?
Right.
Yeah, at least with liver and onions, our parents didn't try to convince us it was pie.
No, they did not. I would literally chop it up in the tiniest of pieces, put it in my mouth. I probably went through about 4 glasses of water through that dinner because I would swallow it like a pill.
No, I tried it and spit it in the napkin, and nope, I couldn't do it. There's
My
a lot of
mom's
food I'll
like,
eat,
I
but
just
not
drowned
that.
it in ketchup, but I hate ketchup. So that was not an option for me. So my mom would make it because my dad liked it and we would all have to eat it. But nobody but my dad liked it. Why the fuck do we have to eat it? But, you know, it is what it is.
My grandparents were like that. They loved disgusting bits of the animal, all the offal. You know, give them tripe.
Sliced cow tongue.
Yes, pig's trotters.
Pig's trotters.
Oh,
I grew up
God.
in my grandparents had a wee farm, and really only was a wee tiny farm, but they were like traditional Irish farmers. There was always something like that, and it used to gross me the F out. I remember even as a kid, once I learned what kidneys and liver actually did, I'm like, no, I don't want to eat these. And the same with most meat, to be honest. I still don't eat that. But there was always something weird cooking. You would either open the fridge and there were what seemed a whole cow tongue just sitting in the fridge on a plate. It was horrific. Not good.
I just want to make a PSA. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have a very weak stomach.
Sorry. Yes, I know. I know. Trust me, I could have made that a whole lot worse.
I know.
I'm trying.
Things just gross me out, and oh fuck.
Okay, spotted dick, or spotted dog, as it's sometimes called, is a type of steamed sponge pudding with currants or raisins in, some sort of dried fruit. So that's what makes it look spotty. And it's actually a distortion of the original dialect, which was spotted dough. That's where it comes from. It's nothing to do with dick or dog. People call it spotted dick because they like to be rude and irritating. And the more sort of prissy types call it spotted dog. My mother always called it spotted dog. We would annoy her intensely by calling it spotted dog's dick, just to really wind her up. It's actually delicious. Against all the odds. It's one of the few things that looks a bit dodgy, sounds terrible, but is actually really nice.
Well, it ties in with those Fray Bentos pies, both the pastry for Fray Bentos and the very dessert that Pearl is talking about, spotted dick, are both made with suet, which is an animal fat, but it gives things to me a weird texture. So it's one of those things you either love it or you just don't. It's not like a normal sponge. It has a slightly, well, a lot more of a dense texture to it. But they're enjoyable if you're into that kind of thing.
I tend to think that my enjoyment of them was amped up by the fact that so many other things were vile. Do you know what I mean? By comparison. Do you remember chocolate concrete at
Chocolate
school?
concrete, strawberry custard that looked like it had been through some sort of nuclear reactor. The weirdest colored icing on a bit of sponge every now and again, because we had all of those things where you're like, nowadays you wouldn't you would think they wouldn't serve like nuclear food to children, but that's why we're broken. It was good food, but then they were like, okay, we'll now make it bright pink. I think those corn balls are outlawed in like 48 different countries because of the numbers. I'm just saying.
Except for
I
the
think
US.
it's likely.
In
I'm
the
not even
US,
going
they
to.
have a tall end cap at the Walmart. Go get them.
Yeah, I'm not going to read Linny's comment, but yes, I understand exactly what you mean. We'll not go there. Nope, nope, nope.
As I've gotten older, I've become convinced that. Hang on, I'm going to cough. Lesson there for Heidi and Brenda. Mute when you cough.
Oh my goodness.
I've become convinced that the English just like to make food look and sound weird for the lols.
Yep.
This is a legitimate food item.
Yep.
Auntie's delicious spotted dick.
And,
Auntie's hidden secrets. I mean, these are things you can currently buy in a UK supermarket. This.
Yep. Yep. You can buy those everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere.
What?
What?
A faggot over here is a meatball.
Yep.
You only get 4 in a pack?
Well, it's only
Do you want more? How many do you need?
1.5
They're really
pounds.
big. They're sort of hand sized.
Oh, they're huge.
Yeah.
They like big balls and they can.
Yes. Here in America, we just get teeny, like, little meatballs.
Little tiny balls.
Yeah. And they're
Little
gross.
cheesy.
So
Little cheesy balls.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, over here, rather like Perp's porn situation, the balls are big and the sausages are tiny.
Oh, fuck's sake. Good to
Genetics
know.
are
Good
a
to
thing.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sakes, I died.
I remembered we were having a random conversation once over at Griffey's and we were just talking about things and then somebody had sidetracked onto something that was a wee bit unfortunate. And I don't know why, but my brain decided, quick, say something different because then, it'll completely sidetrack the conversation up from that. We're not talking about that. We need to go to this thing over or away from that, whatever, anywhere. Apparently, that's the moment I chose to tell people in a very cryptic way that I have seen more genitalia than most people could ever shake a stick at, and then some. But
Why?
Tony had created a whole backstory for me in her head. I think she thought I was like some sort of Heidi Fleiss style situation that was happening, and I'm like, no, and then I couldn't because then she was giving me a very different story. I couldn't even fix it anymore, so it was just like, okay, that's a thing. Well done, me.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. Yep, that happened. Yeah.
And I don't even have to like wonder how that could have possibly happened because I can imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It was
You
one
take
of
it so
those-
far and then suddenly, oh crap, this is out of control.
Right, it got out of control really quickly, and I was like, "Oh dear."
Now I've got to divert another direction.
and I'm scared to say anything now in case I get myself in bigger trouble. What am I even going to do? Oh dear. A story for another day.
I feel like it's always a story for another day. I feel like some days I just want these stories to come out.
Yeah, we
Who
have
is
to do
this
a live one
monster?
time. Ugh. We have
jelly.
to do a.
So,
Go ahead, Pearl.
okay, I've heard it all. I know someone who likes jelly on her pizza. Bugsy, who is this monster?
Wasn't it Eliza who had peanut butter on her pizza?
I tried it. It was at John's Incredible. It's actually
I
good.
mean,
I'm just saying.
would jelly not be far-fetched?
Yeah, jelly doesn't sound
I mean,
good on
for
that.
me,
It works with it was peanut butter and there was cheese and pepperoni, and it actually is good.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
I just saw that happen just at that
Boom.
second and was so confused.
I made it.
Mhm. Hey, Soup.
I
Hey,
made it.
Soup! Did you get your Wi-Fi?
I did. Everything's good. Now it's storming, so hopefully the power won't go out.
We've been talking about balls, spotted dick. I mean, all the things.
And
I'll
in
Because
the
leave
you weren't
UK,
here.
you get big balls,
I'll
tiny
leave y'all
sausages.
alone, and this is what happens.
Yep.
Yeah,
Big
and
balls,
Soup,
That's
tiny
right.
sausages.
Soup,
Why
it's all your fault. It's all your fault for this live. So you're getting
I
sent
know. It
a
really
special,
is.
but you're
We
getting
told
sent
them.
a special gift because of it.
Oh, I do. Oh,
It's
yay.
a great gift, though. The best
Why is
gift
there
ever.
two of me?
Yeah.
First,
You can
why
do
is
whatever you want with it.
Why is there two of me?
What did you do, Soup? What have you done?
Is your internet being wonky?
There's two.
She
That's weird.
spawned an extra one. That's what she's been doing. She made a whole new soup.
Oh, could y'all imagine? Two soups.
Two soups.
Oh,
We'd all
Oh.
be in heaven.
ladies,
Two soups.
ladies,
It is double feature today.
Pearl and I are trying to tell you something, and you don't even realize you're missing it.
No,
Pearl is
we got
dying
it.
over here, dying.
Who's dying?
There's
Pearl.
one of the funniest things that you will ever witness. I am sure Pearl is going to show you later. I'm sure if she doesn't, I will. But it
Okay.
involves two
So wait,
soups.
you have Pearl's nuts?
No, it involves two soups. Two
Oh,
soups.
two
That's
soups.
the whole thing. Two soups. And I can guarantee you, Pearl is in tears right now with the imagery of the two soups.
Pearl.
Okay.
Come back to us, Pearl.
She's
I
broken.
need two soups.
Everybody needs two
I'm,
soups.
I'm sorry. It's just such a part of our childhood over here. It's this old woman staggering with two soups.
We've had two tits up on here, so why not two soups?
I made Griffey watch it about nearly 2 years ago. I was like, this is a fundamental situation because there's certain people that just bring certain things to mind. You need this in your life. I tracked it down, made her watch it, made her give me a review. It was a whole thing.
I'm
like,
lost.
two
I'm
soups.
lost too, actually.
You get lost all the time.
I know it. Art for life. Where you been?
She was here.
I ain't seen her.
You
Oh,
weren't here.
You missed all the Art for Life pictures. There were pictures.
I
Yep,
love her
she's-
art.
There were. She's beautiful.
Who?
She sent in pictures of
Art for life.
her hair. She sent in hair photos.
Oh, yay.
She's beautiful.
Oh,
She's
I don't
gorgeous.
doubt it.
There she is.
Glamour.
She is gorgeous.
I feel like she's got a great collarbone. Is that
She
weird?
does. I keep looking at the collarbone, and it's
I know.
perfect. MIA. Yes, you have been.
Soup,
Yes, ma'am.
would you like to know about the gift that we're sending you?
Yes.
Too bad.
Yes. Really? You're rotten.
You're gonna find
Um,
out though.
It's some merch
It'll
No.
be an extra O.
Oh no. Willacom?
Yep.
Yes,
You
that's
get
it.
Willicom March.
Because you can drool on it, you can spit on it, you can accidentally spill your soup or whatever on it.
Did you just say you can spit up Bugsy? Bugsy? What?
Why
can
does she
stop-
think soup
Oh.
spits?
She can, hey, everybody spits.
Don't.
She can give it to her deer.
Her dear.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I get Willacom merch.
We
Willicom
need to get the deer with the shirt now. We need.
Yes.
Is that how you say it, Willicom?
That's
Mhm.
how I would think. But I've never seen it. It's the first, I gotta say.
Well, the tiny Africans also loved it so much that they did their own version. I've shared the little link on my community post if anybody wants to.
I seen.
So,
It's a joy. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
JW says you can knock the hooves off with it.
Right, JW, I could. There's a law. I could lasso fish, but that's against the
Ooh,
law in my
yeah.
state.
Oh, that's true.
Remember
Let's
when
not
we
do that
did
with
it.
that live about what's illegal in our states?
Yeah.
And Tits was late, and I said something, and she said, "Lasso fish. People do that?" Because she had missed most of the live. It's funny. Yeah,
I just had this whole mental image of Soup out there lassoing her fish.
Can't do it. It's illegal in Tennessee.
You're not allowed to do it.
Uh-uh.
I'm gonna try
However,
that shit here.
I did
gotta
not
go get
know
a
it was
lasso
a
stuff.
thing.
I looked it up later, like, fish lasso, and Googled it, and then guess what came up? Little tiny fish lassos. It's a thing.
Dear God, I don't
Yeah, I'm
doubt
gonna
it.
try it. I'll record it.
Oh, Lord. So what have we been talking about?
We've been going wild since you weren't up here.
Let's
We're like,
see.
I
put
just
soup
drag
on
your
this
attention
live.
for 30 seconds and
Yes.
show you this.
We'll have 2 soups.
No soups.
Well, there you go, folks. It's a thing. 2 soups all over your floor.
Did you ever figure out why there was 2 soups up here earlier?
I know what it was now because I went into our StreamYard earlier.
Oh, so it's all your fault?
And for some reason, it will change Pearl's avatar to mine.
It will. So
Yeah.
when I first tried to log in, it was bringing me in through that, and it was showing Pearl, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I couldn't get my avatar. So then finally, I was like, "Oh shit! I have to log out and go in under mine."
Actually, darling, what happened was that I thought I'd punish you for being late. And the minute that you came up in the back, I changed my avatar to you.
Oh, well, you did. Pearl. We got spicy Pearl.
She
pranked
did.
ya.
I'd
That
already
is a true
told
story.
everyone I was going to do that if you turned up, so they all knew.
Y'all know me. I have FOMO, and I could not wait for that internet guy to get out of here.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
I
I
knew you
always
didn't
had
have.
FOMO before too.
I knew you
Who
didn't have
is
internet,
Nikita's?
so
Wait a minute. Oh, that says Nikita's Wacky World. I thought it said Nita's Wacky World. Sorry.
that's what her channel should be called.
It really should.
So did you have to have the internet guy fix your internet, upgrade it, or you were just without and they had to?
Supposedly, we had some type of issues with our internet. When he got out here, he couldn't find anything wrong. So it's
They
up and
never
running.
can.
No.
I have a new mesh system coming tomorrow, so I should be good to go. We'll see how it works.
Higher speed.
That's what we needed in our house. Everybody games, watches TV, does, whatever on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah. When you got 3 people in your house, people on their phone or streaming or something. It
kills it. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I'm not
stable
one to
people
be
working from
patient.
home.
I need it right now. I don't have time for shit to load.
Oh no. No. We're in a time where we want it now.
Exactly.
Exactly. Willacom.
So fucking funny.
Both are going to make me cry.
We're just silly tonight. Oh, did you all watch BS's her video she did on Benny? She went off, y'all.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Let me pull it up.
There's a whole background to it as well while Soup's grabbing it, because there's been a whole situation. So
yes,
while I don't endorse some of the things you're maybe about to hear, I can understand why she's feeling all the things.
I hope she didn't take it down.
I misread that and thought you were confessing to screwing an old cable guy.
Oh, for shit's sakes.
He has to do that.
Got to do what he's got to do.
Y'all
Right?
give me just a minute and I will pull up BS here.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Now she goes off. Now listen.
I've been watching all the shit, so I feel like Benny's back in with TM, or maybe they just have an agenda. Crystal is getting swatted, crying on lives. She
wasn't swatted. She wasn't swatted.
I know.
I hate the way she's saying it. AB's saying it. She wasn't swatted.
Right.
I know, but there's like this whole shit show going on.
Okay, y'all ready? You got it, Eliza?
Yep.
Let me put it on full screen.
Hey, BS. That's B-E-E-E-E-S. I know who you are now, baby. I know your husband name too. I really don't think you can be in the true crime community letting your husband say he finna stab women.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to give commentary on this a little bit right here. Benny, if you don't stop with these fake accents, I hope somebody, I'm going to hush.
Don't hush.
Tell him.
No, because I get violent and I can't say it on here. I was going to say, I hope somebody chokes you with your beard. But anyway, I am so sick of these fake accents. And it's like it's gotten worse since he went to jail, y'all.
Yep.
I don't know who
he was locked up with someone from New Orleans or something.
Oh, the way he says, "Babe," I can't.
Yeah,
but he said that for so long.
Oh, I know, but
it's fucking weird.
Stealing it. He steals. Oh God. Okay, let me hush.
In the vagina with a knife. So I'm on your neck piece too today. And I haven't really decided how to shut you up. Maybe I could just go hard to yard on your homegirl and maybe you just shut up automatically. I don't even know. I don't get tired. All right, so I'm gonna show you.
Oh God, I don't get tired.
What's the need of shutting her up? What'd she do?
Well, she's about to go in. And by the way, I love that she put his old ugly mug up there. Look
right, yeah.
Ain't that a sight?
That's why he's having to step up his mimicking game, because he's going to have to do something to impress the fellow dudes in prison. You know.
I think you're right.
Benny Keys, you have absolutely no right to judge anyone about who should be in true crime and who shouldn't. Example 1. You got involved with Monica Sherrod, who was the caretaker of Cash Gernon. And if I remember correctly, you were more in support of her, a fucking tweaker, and banging her on the side behind your wife's back.
Yep.
That's problematic, in my opinion. You insert yourself in all these cases. The boys, the West boys, Cash Gurnan, now Summer. You want to sit here and tell people who should be in true crime and who shouldn't. When you threatened to push Tiffany Marie's shit in. Now maybe that turns her on.
Now hold on, pause for the cause.
It's true.
When I heard this, I said, "What? Now do what?"
This happened. It happened.
It did.
He did it. He said a whole lot of things. That's what makes their whole, the Tiffany Benny of it all, weird. There were a lot of threats made. There were a lot of things said. Then they got tight together as friends. Then there was the whole weird crotch shots situation. Then there was apparently some sort of legal case where she couldn't even speak to Benny, couldn't even acknowledge his existence.
I remember.
And now they're best buds again. What?
It's fucking weird.
That's YouTube for you. I tell you, people get really weird on here. But when I heard that, I thought, do what? Okay. Let's see what else she's got to say. Because she went in.
But you weren't saying it to be a nice gentleman.
Well, no.
Okay? Hypocrite much?
Well, yeah.
You have no right to judge any one of us. First of all, what happened with my husband saying what he said was out of frustration. He was not on the panel. He was behind me, not knowing I was on a live stream because I don't normally get on them. And he is frustrated with her because the fact that she likes to cause problems in my family and spread love.
Okay, BS, love you to death, girl, but never let a bitch off the internet cause any issues in your real life. But I'm sure you've learned your lesson.
I think we all have. I have.
Yeah.
Lies on the internet about them, actually. The man has every right to be frustrated with this woman. Did I support in what he said? No. Matter of fact, if you were to listen to the live, which I clearly believe you did not, because you're just going off with whatever that dumb cunt is telling you.
Woo!
I said to him, I'm on a live. Not cool to say. Probably shouldn't say that. Would he do something like that? No. He's just talking out his ass, like most of you fucking dumb men. Like you are a dumb man. You are.
Well, I wouldn't compare my husband to Benny, though.
You're a dumb fucking piece of fucking shit. Do not put my name in your fucking mouth anymore. You don't know shit about me. And no, I won't shut up because if you talk about my friend. Matter of fact, you fucking dumb fucks fuel me with your fucking ignorance. Keep talking your shit. I will keep coming back. I give no fucks. Dox me, come to my house, send the police. I don't care. I'm cool with the police. I'm cool with whoever. I don't give a fuck because I don't do anything illegal or wrong. You, sir, do. You are one that's a stalker of your own wife. You need to get your shit together and figure out how to get your kid back. Your kid.
No. He don't need to figure out how to get his kid back. I think he's good. Oh, no. What do y'all say? The kid's probably better off.
Well, I mean, if I don't want to say the kid's probably better off because I don't feel that's a fact. I feel like the kid deserves both parents. But
not in Benny's
in
condition,
some occasions, the kid is better off. So I wish you could figure your shit out, get your shit straight, and be a fucking dad. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, but not in his condition, though.
No, not right now.
You don't even need to listen to Benny right now. All you have to do is look at him, and it tells you a whole lot of things that are going on there right now. I would agree with you that both parents are the ideal situation. That should be a thing. But I'm with Sue when she's saying here that right now, oh heck no.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying, in the ideal situation, that kid's not better off.
Yeah, but right now,
parents, the kid would be better off if both parents were great parents and could be parents.
Yeah. But Benny, like we said, you can look at him and tell something is bad wrong.
Heck
Kids
yeah.
in your life. I did that. I made sure my children are in my life, so I can't be that fucking bad, right? And so you, who sits on your fucking high horse thinking that you're some shit because you got Tiffany up your ass, you're not shit. You're both scum. And I hate to say it, guys. Anyone that follows and believes this bullshit just tells me how fucking stupid you are, and you don't even need to be in the true crime community because your critical thinking skills are non-existent. And that goes for Lady Sleuth, aka Crimes and Consequences, aka Kukula.
Wait,
Crown
Lady Sleuth
down.
is Crimes and Consequences?
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know who that was. Now,
I
Lady
did not know
Sleuth,
that.
Yeah, Lady Sleuth does sound familiar. But isn't Crimes and Consequences a mod for Benny?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But I didn't know that was Lady Sleuth.
Yeah.
Way more than that. This is a whole thing, and I get what Robin's saying when she thinks that some of it's scripted to an extent, because these people have all played a part at times. And it's only whenever their chickens come home to roost, like unfortunately they're doing here for BA. She doesn't deserve this. All that should happen now is that she should go over to her own part of the internet. He should stay over at his. But these people don't behave like that. Benny is he's putting out family pictures, ringing people, making unfortunate calls. There's a whole lot of background. So trust me, whenever you hear how angry she is here, she does have a merit to her
Right.
argument.
These people don't, I mean, putting out family photos and stuff, you know, I know we're on the internet, but the world is also a very small place. You can get touched.
I wonder if you confessed. Did you confess? I don't know. I'm so sick of the bitches over there. I am so sick of the motherfuckers over there lying and spinning narratives. I don't know anything about what happened with whole Penny thing. Yes, was I there when she started her channel? Yes. Did I pay attention to everything that took place? No. What did I do as a moderator? I wasn't a researcher. I dropped links. I was recruited by Penny and Trixie. That is it. And Trixie...
Damn, Trixie's name gets brought up a lot around here.
It should be. Trixie
should
was
be.
involved in all the fuck shit.
Trixie still is involved in a whole lot of stuff. It's funny how certain people forget who was around whenever their channels were being built. And now want to poke at every other sub, every other mod that has ever been, put out stuff about their private lives that is nothing to do with YouTube, all because they're butthurt because of their own mess that they have made. These horrible creators. There's a few of them.
Wow.
So,
And what's
Trixie,
sad is
where are you, girl?
This is in the true crime community. This is involved in cases. They have inserted themselves in cases.
Ugh.
And it's fucking gross. Like, this is insane to me. I can't comprehend.
I just keep hearing her name a lot. Let's see what else she says.
Not the brightest crayon in the fucking box. So, does she know anything? Probably not. Probably why she got duped by fucking Brad Wisham. So, I cannot with you fucking dumb fucking people. Go fuck off, Benny. You're dumb. You know nothing about me. I gave you an opportunity to speak like a fucking normal adult, but you clearly only speak drug addict. I don't speak.
Okay, that was pretty good.
That was good. I don't speak it either.
I can't relate.
That level. Sorry. I have no use for people like you. None. You are a fucking low-life piece of shit who is exploiting Summer's case by spinning more dumbass narratives that have nothing to do with finding her or anything. I am sick of it. Sick of it. I've been following this case for 2 years, and I have watched you two both fucking lie about people and bullshit. All you are is fucking internet trolls. Fucking bullies. You guys call me a troll? I'm a fucking good troll. My trolling consists of just going into a chat, being silly, and fucking leaving I'm usually just under a different name, not.
No, JW, Trixie is not Lizzie. Lizzie is Lizzie B. Savage. However, I know it confuses me too because I heard both Trixie and Lizzie were involved with Brad. But you'd have to
Oh,
go to We. We's the history on the sector.
I think we're going to have a whole discussion about that because there's some people who know some things and not other things, and maybe it might help to make certain people who don't understand, not just the ones in chat right now, but in general. There was a whole situation going on with that Brad dude that I was never aware of. There are certain people on the internet who get themselves into a situation and want to start throwing their virtual panties, doing all the things.
Virtual panties.
And this man, while he was telling us that he was out searching for a missing kid,
Wait a
he's
minute.
romancing about
You
48
can't
different
just
women.
say that and skip over it. Virtual panties.
Virtual panties, yes, they're all
I'm
like,
never
hey,
going to
hey.
forget that.
It's true though.
I swear.
I never understood it about Brad.
Virtual
I
panties.
didn't understand why the ladies were flocking to him, but they did.
Right?
Okay,
I thought he was looking for a kid. That's all I was concerned about.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it took a left from what I understand.
Yep. Very much.
Now he doesn't have a good reputation, not just on the internet, but in real life too. Like he's from the same area I'm from, and when all this came out, I wasn't around for it all. I came in at the tail end, but I started mentioning his name to some people, and they're like, "Yeah, that's what's his face," and he owned that car lot, and he sold a bunch of duds, and blah 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 blah. So I guess his real life and YouTube life is the same.
Oh, just all messy.
Yeah.
All messy sadness. And that's where it gets pathetic. There was a tie-in, not just to Summer's case, but I've mentioned it before, but just to be clear, there was a video that Chase did way back when, and he said that when he found Summer, when he was going to go and search for Michael Vaughan, and then they would go and search for all. I think he had a whole plan, a whole fantasy life in his head. That wasn't even the problem. What happened simultaneously to that is this Trixie chick. She was going over and making friends with Brandy Neal, reaching out, doing all the things. She was trying to get other creators involved in doing some strange stuff.
She was
Because
really close with Brandy, huh?
Still is. There was a whole
Yeah.
situation that happened with billboards. I think some people at least know wee bits of it. But Trixie was hell bent on raising money, doing things with money in Michael's case. I have no love for the critters on the farm lady. But even she had enough sense to think that that was kind of weird, the way that
Right.
Trixie was behaving. So she had sort of cut herself off at that time. It's also curious to me how these people get away with doing all of this strange stuff, and yet the people that Benny and others want to poke at is folk like BEs.
Mm-hmm.
He knows full well who was in the middle of all of the shit. He knows this.
That's what I was going to say. He probably knows exactly who the players were. But I think what people like him do is they go for the ones they perceive as weak.
Yep.
Yes. Did you guys see when Emergency Me came on Tiffany's panel while Tiffany was talking to Scott H?
No, I missed it.
Okay, so this was probably a week ago. Maybe it's less than that. And Ed messaged Scott H about it because I was like, dude, you're at the Crypt Keepers farm or, channel. But essentially, she came up there calling Scott H for being in all these discords. But all those discords she was in. So you mean to tell me you're saying Scott H is involved in the fuck shit while you're in the same discords, but you didn't know anything about it? Weird.
Tiffany's hands are
It's
clean. all of
fucking
a sudden.
weird how many people. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying Tiffany's hands are clean all of a sudden.
Not a chance. Not a
No.
chance.
How does Tiffany not see that possibly Emergency Me was involved in the fuck shit?
She
How did
probably
that not open
does.
her eyes that Emergency Me is like, Scott was in this store's Discord. Scott was in this one. We were on a VC. We were da-da-da. Like, she was right there with him. So I don't know what's right and what's wrong. But if you're calling Scott out for being involved in fuck shit, then frankly, lady, you were right there.
Yeah, but she ain't gonna. We're going off Tiffany logic here.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the logic
exactly.
part. We're in a whole different. This is all personal grudge. None of it is to do with Summer's case. The fact that Maud's left Tiffany Marie is where this comes from. Emergency Me had went on Benny's panel a while back to have this whole conversation about her early life, and part of her being up on that panel, she strangely started to talk about some other people in a very disparaging manner. And the very sad part of this makes me think that her whole reason for doing that was simply to throw shade at some other people. It wasn't whatever this story is about her younger years. I couldn't swear to whether that's true or not. I believed her to an extent, but as soon as you can get up there and say, well, this one's doing this and this one's doing that, when you're meant to be retelling this very deeply painful, emotional story, it's weird.
Yes, I see where
It
you're
is
going.
weird.
Yeah. Ugh.
It is weird.
And cringy. Ain't
Yeah.
she one of Tiffany's do girls too?
Oh, yep. One of the right hands.
It's kind of weird the power that some of these YouTubers possess over subscribers. I got news for y'all. Our subscribers are not our property. Okay. But some of these
No, they're not.
They will act like that though. They're like, what do you need? What do you need? I'm here. I got your back. Calm
But
down.
I think also some subscribers come from not a great place. So they intermingle with creators and put these stories out there and put this agenda to the creators too. So I don't want to put it all on the creators because I think there are some shitty fucking subs out there as well.
Yeah. JW, that they Jim Jones them. They do. And as somebody that has studied cults, it is amazing to watch. It is just like watching a cult leader in action, like in real life. But it's happening on YouTube. Now, people don't want to see it. They don't want to think that that's what's happening to them, because then they would have to admit that, oh my gosh, I'm literally.
You mean like creators that call their subscribers, hey, all my people this,
my
people. Yeah, it's cult like.
Yeah,
well, and I
or
think
my
creators
girls.
have a way of making you feel included that you're afraid to leave because you'll be on your own. You'll be homeless, right?
You will never be homeless on YouTube. Look, YouTube is a huge platform. There are all kinds of places to go. You're not really homeless, though.
You're not, but I think people feel included.
Yeah.
And they're afraid to break away and be on their own and find a new home, right?
I've never been that so wrapped up in a YouTuber, somebody with a channel. I've never been that wrapped up. So, but you're right. There are people that have and are that they are afraid to go against the grain, to call their favorite YouTuber out or say, nah, I don't agree with you on this. I
Right.
want to skip this live. I'll be back later. Because it's such like, I don't know.
One
It's a
of the
cult.
Yeah.
one of the more unfortunate aspects of this sector is that because of the nature of information that people seem to gather, apparently, or at least want to try to make you think that they have, they just want you to sort of believe them and take it on their word that they have it. And they'll talk with the soft voice and put it all in the nice, gentle package and tell you that they're there for whatever victim it is. And you never see that proof. It should be a lot more normal for us as subscribers to ask, well, if you're telling me this, you have to be able to stand by what you're saying. You have to be able to show your work.
I agree.
Yep.
I think
I fell for it. I've fallen for it myself, and I would like to think I'm a wee bit more heavy thinking
wiser.
most of the time.
I
You're
think we've all fallen for it at some
We all
point or
have.
another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, my
believed it.
radar is fucking off the hook, broken. I'm not even going to deny that anymore. It is fucking gone.
But I've never, yeah, I believed people who said I believed that people who were they said they was, but I've never been so wrapped up in a YouTuber that I can't see nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I will say that I have myself believed that this is a good person and they don't mean any harm, and I've been wrong.
I will say I've never been so wrapped up in a YouTuber, but I have missed red flags.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Hey, JBT. Art for life. I will support a creator until they prove themselves untrustworthy. Then I ghost if they prove morally bankrupt. I'm done. I will fight in no one's name. These creators are strangers. Man, put that on a shirt. Yes.
Mhm.
That is the truest statement. I love it. I think it's something to be talked about more. Why do we get wrapped up in these perfect strangers, you know? And don't get me wrong, I've met some good people on here that I actually like. Subscribers too, you know, they're just like us anyway. I mean, anybody, y'all, if you got a Gmail account, you got a channel if you want one. But you know, I think it's something to be talked about how this happens.
I agree.
And you know me, I get very passionate about this stuff. If it's cultish to me, I can go off on a tangent. So y'all stop me.
No, I'm not stopping. I would never stop soup anyway.
2 soups.
2 soups.
2 soups. Robin, sounds like criminals thinking they can be detectives. Yes. Yes, that's another thing, Robin. You bring up a really good point, man. A lot of them, some of them are criminals thinking that they are detectives. Like, did y'all watch too many movies growing up and like you're trying to live it out on YouTube? I don't know. It's just weird.
And it ties back into this video because here we have Benny, who's just gone through going through the divorce things, all of the things. That is always, I think, a lot of people, even if you don't like a person, you can still have some sympathy for that. How they got there is up to them, but you still have a wee bit of sympathy. Empathy, all of the things. It's a sad time. It's a time where people act out, do weird stuff sometimes. But for Benny in particular, he's going through a whole lot of other things that are tied into that. He has multiple charges to answer to for stalking and harassment. And here he is on YouTube on the daily, behaving in the same way.
Yeah. Yes. And you're right. He has got a lot on his plate that he needs to deal with. Like, and a lot of L's he needs to deal with too. So for him to come out here trying to check people, call himself dragging people, sit down.
Right? Sit all the way down, son.
I just think when YouTube starts to interfere with your real life and you're losing your kid and you're losing your marriage and you're losing all these things, I feel like you have to take a step back. You have to put that back in perspective and then you come back, right? Because YouTube is not worth your real life.
It really isn't. That's like your job. It's not worth your real life. Yes, you need that job, but let me tell you something. If something happened to you, they would replace you tomorrow. If you died, they'd replace you tomorrow.
They really would. And I think part of people's problem is they rely on the YouTube as their job. And therefore they can't break away like, we can, because we have a real job and life and whatever. But so many creators, this is their job. And some of them, they make good money at it and great for them. And they treat it as a job, right? And I think that's the difference. Some creators treat it as a job. While like others, they just treat it as a social platform they make money on and they consider that their job, but
it's not.
It's not your job and it's not worth your real life.
If you're like Mr. Ballin and you're like finding these stories to tell, like he's an amazing storyteller, and you're putting out real content, then that does become your job, because that's a full-time job. But most of us, let's be honest, we get on here for fun, right?
Right.
This is just for fun for me. I don't know.
No, I understand what you're saying because we're not looking to make this our career. So to us, it's just a fun time.
Yeah.
And I get some creators, but you would notice these creators because they treat it very much like a job. And I appreciate them. Even look in the true crime sector. Look at the real true crime people who bring cases out. They don't get into the drama. They don't get mixed up in the fuck shit. They don't any of that stuff, right? They bring you cases. They bring the true crime out. To them, this is a job, but they also, you can see they treat this as a job.
Yeah. I'll use Christina Randall as a reference.
Right.
Very dedicated to what she does. And I don't see her collaborating with other people. She did with Jessica Kent a few times, and then she dropped her. Smart move.
More often her content is video form rather than live stream as well. I think that does have an element to it.
Yes.
When people start playing to a crowd rather than presenting information, there's a very complicated dynamic that happens there, whether the creator means that to happen or the subs mean it to happen. It seems to go sideways very quickly.
I agree.
I think we've all learned a lot over the past couple of years, and there's certain things you can almost see repeating already, and that's where it's sort of nauseating.
Yeah, you can. You're right.
Well, and I think you can see that if you look at Christina Randall, 10 to Life, Stephanie Harlow, they don't do lives. They put these cases out, they put these videos out, and I know even 10 to Life, she just got a podcast, she's sponsored, whatever. But they all treat it as a job. And it isn't some place to just come shoot the shit with your friends and create some craziness about a case. They don't get mixed up. They don't talk to the suspects. They don't. Well, not saying they haven't. I think a lot of them have learned a lesson, especially 10 to Life. I think she has learned a lesson about that.
Did something happen with her? Did she talk to one?
In the Long case. Long, was it the Long? Was she the Long?
What? Yeah, well, that was one. She's had a couple of wee blips. But yes, there has been, I think, a whole motivational moment there where she's realized that that's enough. Don't let other people be in control of the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, and so she took it. She made things better. She did better, right?
Yeah.
And And so I appreciate her for that, because I feel like at least she was able to see. I think it was a Sophie Long, right? Wasn't that the case?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I feel like some of these creators, they come out like, okay, I was watching one today. I put this in chat earlier. I was
Yes,
watching one today about the girl missing with the toddler, and he was like showing the video, and he was like zoomed in, and he was like, see right here, there's somebody moving across the billboard. How is somebody moving across a billboard? Because I know where the billboards sit on my interstate, and they're high up.
Yeah, no, you're not moving across a damn field.
No, it looked to me like, and you could see it, there was a semi and a semi, and you got one semi that had the other semi in their view right there on the billboard, and their mirror on the side, and you could see it move along. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't a person.
That's what it looked like to me as well. Is shadow of the truck.
They were like, just trust me. Just trust me. No.
Sure.
No.
Eileen, the lady that was speaking is Tits McGee.
Oh, I'm
Best
sorry.
tits on YouTube, yo.
And I got one thing before we get off the subject of Benny and move along. We had a Mrs. Peacock in chat this morning, I believe. I don't know if she's here tonight.
Yeah, we did.
She had said something about Benny looking like the Grinch. So I wanted to share. I wanted to share this graphic with her
because it's perfect.
It's perfect. Yes, Eileen, he did, but he brought back another one under Benjamin Lindsay. But yeah, there he is, looking like the Grinch.
He really does. Tank is the one that actually first told me about whoever tried to color his face in green.
He's so pale. He's looking green.
There's again, whether you like creators or not, whether you choose to engage in their chat or not, there's a whole lot to be said for people like AB or Six Up whenever they can cover another creator with all of the information that you need to know. I think a lot of us fall into that trap where we don't go and look, and strangely enough, it's one of the things that old Moonface over there wants to poke at me for. For example, that Fat Dan dude. He popped up on Purple's panel. I typed his name into YouTube, and there was the information. It was that complicated. I don't understand why that would need an email or me to go over and tell them to do that.
A PSA.
That man told them on day one.
Yep.
That
he did.
You know, people accused him of being a pedo and all the things, and you know about him. You know, better to do WhatsApp than to email him because the social worker went through his emails. All the clues were there. Why does somebody else that isn't even a subscriber to your channel, why is it their responsibility to go say, look, here's all the clues? I think we had even mentioned the mask. Man coming up there with a mask, not wanting to be recognized.
And then we got accused of making fun of him.
That's right. We sure did.
You can't win. I mean, he, like Eliza said, the mofo gave you all the clues. I can't help you didn't pick them up. Yes,
does anybody ever watch?
I was going to say, can somebody read that?
Yeah. Trailer Park Boys.
Anybody watched that show before, right? Well, I found their gals.
There they are, y'all. That's them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going to read what Pearl wrote.
Yeah.
Fat Dan, and we're not calling him, that's what he calls himself, y'all. Fat
Yeah, we didn't make that up.
Fat Dan, the Gimp Mask Man, arrived for the first time on Perp's panel one afternoon. In that first appearance, he wore a mask, said that the trolls called him a pedo, and a nuance.
Nonce.
Nonce.
It's a British word for the P word. Yeah.
and talked about a troll army. They could click his channel but didn't look. They could have put Fat Dan into the search bar but didn't bother. They were more interested in his supposed ability to track down trolls. Even then, he said that they should chat on Telegram
Yep.
I
because
think he WhatsApp.
well, that's
Right?
what, yeah,
Okay,
but
go
that's
ahead.
what
Go ahead.
Pearl wrote on Telegram because his social worker had access to his email. They, again, they, the infamous they. So again, he told them everything about him. They just didn't pick it up. Now, that's not my fault. I'm not your mom. I'm not your aunt. I'm not nothing to you. You weirdos are reaching again, but your arms are really short. With this trying to put it on everybody else on YouTube, you can hang that up anytime now because I feel nothing. If you're that stupid that you didn't pick up on it, I can't help you.
Well, when other people did pick up on it and, made comments in chats, I know we made comments on our show. Then the next live, it was Heidi up there talking about how she had talked to him for a couple of hours and that he's fine. He's a good guy. So
Yeah.
they had already heard and then went and decided and vouched for him themselves. So what us going over is going to do what?
Well, first, I can't even type in your chat. I'm blocked. And
Right.
I ain't emailing you.
Nope.
Moon's your manager. No, thank you. I will not. I don't look. If you didn't pick it up, that's on you. I can't help you. And what's that lady's name? Fancy something.
Fancy Glam
Fancy
or
Glam
something.
or something.
I cannot
Fancy
believe.
Glam.
I thought that woman had some common sense. Y'all, I take that back. I was wrong. Like, I don't know what happened to her. If she got dumber or something since being, but oh God, at one time I thought she had common sense, y'all.
It's
Oh,
the
I've been
glitter.
wrong so many
The
times.
glitter.
So
the glitter. Right, Robin. The Telegram story was a clue. That I have a social worker that reads my emails was the biggest clue. Look, wow.
I feel like the mask was a clue.
That
but-
too.
The words he was saying, all of it. And it doesn't just take the creator to have that thought. There were her own mods amongst them who were some UK people. So that those words should have struck a chord there. It's not even just her fault. There's a whole lot of people. So I love the fact that you're trying to make other people responsible for your mistakes here.
Boom.
But that was all on you all. You all screwed up. But then again,
is it
these
you
are the
say?
same people who wanted to record Summer Wells Vigil. So I don't think their thought process is quite 100, you know?
What
No,
is it
it's
you
not.
say? You're trying to make fetch happen.
Yes. Trying to make fetch happen, yo. Just here trying to give it the whole okey doke of it all.
I think they're confused a lot, though. I think they think, bless their hearts, that everybody else is just as ignorant. And then when they find out that they're not, I don't know. But I think that they really believe that this will work. And now it will for a select few. But nah. I see what you're doing. You're trying to make anybody else responsible for your carelessness. Look, I hate to talk about this, but I gotta say it. Purple did a live the other day and was having a somewhat of a serious conversation about something and let just some random up there, and she entertained him for like 20 minutes. He added nothing to the conversation. It's like he was lost and hit a link. Yeah. Lady, you let anybody up on your panel. That's just what you do. I can't, like, what? You let Dan up there too, and then you thought he was your buddy. No.
You gave information to him on two women.
Right.
Well, I
After
feel
he
like
told you all
purple's.
that stuff.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm
No,
sorry.
go tits.
I was gonna say I feel like purple's in the algorithm of like randos coming on panel.
I think you're right. I
It's
think you're right.
weird because nobody else I've ever watched has ever had this issue.
She's in the algorithm of the like for the trolls. They're
Right.
like, here's this lady's look, and she leaves her link, and y'all know what trolls can do with links. Okay, they'll send them out to other people.
Yep.
Up on her panel, she lets anybody up. This is easy. They're
I've
looking
tried to
for
tell
people.
her that before, and she ignored it then, and here we are several
Where's your
bombs
proof?
later.
Where's the
Yeah.
proof? Where's the proof?
Where's your
She'll
You
proof?
got
never
any proof?
listen. She's not
I
gonna
need
listen.
it
She's
with
not
an
gonna
exact timestamp.
Where's
Right?
your proof? That's her
It's like,
argument for everything.
Every time. Instead
I
of
could
just
tell
like,
her that it's raining out. Where's your proof? Oh my God. If I ever hear that again, never.
it's when she
Where
doesn't have any argument back. That's what she says. And then she will say, I want it the exact timestamp and it's saying exactly this. Girl,
right,
go find it
Chris?
yourself.
Yeah, we Frosty. Now you done got poor old Poons over there, not knowing what's going on about the year. She thought when you said that she hasn't had an original thought since 1987. God help her. She
I
thought
was
wasn't
born
even
in
alive in
82, guys. What the fuck? Oh my God, I
When
laughed
did-
so hard at that.
So what happened
right.
in 87? She died for the year of 87 and came back in 88 or what?
it's
I,
so.
I mean,
I don't know. It could be a whole lot of things. She could have went to outer space. It could have been a whole second dimension type situation. There's
What glass house are you talking about?
sure.
Are y'all talking about the mask comment?
Oh, my Wi-Fi went out. I was reading what Glass House wrote. Let's see here.
Is it
It
the
looked-
mask one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked like a ski mask to me. Spring skiing in New York and PA. Your nose hair and eyelashes freeze. You need a similar mask. Yeah.
No, I get it if you're skiing. He wasn't on the slopes at the time.
He was in his basement.
So if he would have been on the slopes, I would have been like, I get it. But he
This-
wasn't.
I can guarantee you that man has not been anywhere near a slope. But
Of any type.
um,
And Pearl
I-
says he lives in London and there's no skiing. So
Well, Pearl would know. There's no skiing in Europe. Lord. Yeah, a BDSM mask. Yeah.
Yeah, a leather mask isn't typically what the skiers use.
That would be creepy. And
well,
Well,
and I have a son who's a huge snowboarder, right? So he'll have
Yeah,
a
you live in
GoPro on, he'll
Colorado.
video himself. Not once has he ever called me mid-ride on the slope, right? Like it just that
No?
doesn't happen.
No? Never?
He doesn't jump on your live.
No, ever, ever.
I wouldn't think so. Yeah, but how about a slippery slope of cow shit, right? God help him. But yeah, you can't put that on us. But I see you reaching and you're trying. It's embarrassing though. Please, God, figure something else out. Look, take the L. Take a lot of your L's and deal with them, and it'll be okay.
And stop
Right.
blaming your mistakes on everybody else on YouTube. Your mistakes are your own. Own them.
Ours
Don't
were
expect
ours.
anybody
We
else
owned
to-
ours.
Well, and
That's
I
right.
feel like if people would just learn from their mistakes, it can make you such a better person. And I'm always willing to learn from my mistakes, right? And I am humble and I will take ownership. It may take me a couple days, but I will see it and I will do better. I just think that if more creators did that, God, you could have an amazing channel,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't. They
Robin
just buckle
says,
down. I mean, we saw it even. Fuck, I don't even want to bring it up, but the whole Zav girl thing, like, right, where she kind of just buckled down on her thing. Like, she could have came out, she could have said, "I'm sorry." She could have did this and that, and she wouldn't have lost as many people. I think people would have sympathized that, okay, it was a bad decision and maybe you shouldn't have done that, but you know what, you came out, you acknowledged you made a bad decision and you're taking ownership for it. Whereas when you buckle down on that, no, that pisses people off.
Yeah, they don't take too kindly to it. Robin says, breaking news, quick update. The manhunt for escaped convict from prison in PA has finally been caught. He was armed and dangerous. Whole week there was mass police hunt for Michael Burgess in jail. Oh, I didn't hear about that.
I
But
didn't
good.
either.
I was following some of that
Yeah,
because
she
it was
told us
an
about it.
interesting story. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, what's happening?
Yeah, she told us about it. I'm glad to hear that he's been captured.
Listen, Robin has got her ears to the
To
skin.
everything. Yes, she does.
knows.
Can I squeeze in something else before it gets lost as well?
Yes, ma'am.
When I was talking about live creators earlier, there's one that sticks out in my mind who is also very different to most other people. And again, YouTube's a very big place. You go and watch what you want to watch, but please be careful about who you interact with. That's the part that's your responsibility, our responsibility as people. But there's one lady who does have a live chat where she does talk about true crime things, and that is Web Sleuths. Now, the reason I see her very differently is a number of things. One is that she has been involved in true crime coverage for years, and that woman has a true passion for those who have been victimized, those who are missing, those who have been abused by other people. She has a true passion. But she is very careful to not fall into the same pattern that we see a lot in this sector, which is people just wanting to talk about gossipy stuff.
Right.
Or going 10 generations down a family tree and then announcing that everybody's connected, so it must be a big conspiracy.
Right.
Newsflash, the planet, believe it or not, although it's a huge, big place, we're all connected. That's a thing. So I love that they try to make that happen. But Trisha from Web Sleuths, she is one who I would recommend to a whole lot of people. Her coverage is very different. I see that woman as both someone who can take accountability when things go sideways the odd time. We're humans. It always will happen. But her style of taking responsibility is something that has made me love her for over a decade. She is an amazing human being.
Wow, she's been on here 10 years?
Not on YouTube.
No.
Not on YouTube. She has the Web Sleuths web forum, and that's where I had been involved in before that. And then she only really set up her YouTube channel when COVID was starting to kick in. And so it's been a learning experience for her even. One of the things she's very passionate about is that there should be some idea of a moral or ethical standard for true crime creators to sort of agree upon. You know, it's not you can't prosecute people for it, but just as a guideline from people who've been there, done that, you know, took the L and know how sideways it can go. She's an amazing person. So if you want some new content, but, you know, be also warned that it's not the chaos that we see everywhere else. It's a very different type of chat, very different situation.
Right.
She's where I first learned about Summer. She's
So
where
also,
I found that out.
You're saying behave when you go in her chat.
Well, and I'll say yesterday with the whole Long Island serial killer being arrested, right? I'd watched the documentary before, but obviously after yesterday, I went back to watch it again just to refresh. She's interviewed on that.
Oh, really?
I've never seen Ziggy
Well, hell, no, God
documentary.
Almighty, are you kidding me? Could you see Ziggy trying to interview somebody? Oh, hell.
I mean, I haven't seen Ziggy on an
um,
interview looking at the ceiling. I think it says a lot. It says a lot.
Right. No, we won't see Ziggy. Ziggy will, look, people love a train wreck. We can't lie. Ziggy will grow, but it will be only a certain demographic. It'll just be.
The problem is once Summer is found and once Summer has justice, she's not going to grow.
Well,
because she doesn't know anything other. She's not true crime. She's Summer Wells.
She's yeah, and a lot of other things.
Are you telling me that whole road and card flapping situation won't take off and be a huge success? How dare you?
Think so.
How very dare you?
No, I don't think so. That card
I woke up in the middle of the night to her doing a card reading of the lady on the side of the freeway and the dude for the serial killer, and I didn't watch it. Frankly, I'm sorry. I can't. I went back to sleep.
I can do it when 6 Up is reviewing her. That's when I need commentary with Ziggy.
Well, I feel like 6 Up says everything I want to say. So yeah, I like that too, because when Ziggy, if I'm just watching Ziggy, I want to scream through my phone at everything I want to say. So I feel like it's great when 6 Up's doing it because she's saying everything I want to say.
AB really goes into, and
AB too.
Yeah, he cracks me up. Now his commentary can be funny on Ziggy.
It can be. I like it.
Y'all see this? What
Ziggy Zigster's Tarot for Idiots by Idiots. Shit.
I Love Ulta is saying that Ictamel is listening to the scanner right now, and they might have found that perhaps maybe found Carly.
The girl, Carly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm
like
quite
alive?
curious.
Like
I don't know.
I don't want to say it, but you know what I mean.
That's scary though, and I've heard that before.
I'm almost hoping. My hope is that it was some kind of hoax, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but
That's
I don't
my
know
hope.
because I've heard before, like I've saw like next door pages in YouTube and stuff, and somebody's like, or I don't know YouTube, but Facebook maybe, but somebody's like babies crying out. So I think they know that females have a thing for babies and or toddlers, right? And they lure them in that way. And so that's something that
Did you see the
scares me.
footage though?
I did, and I didn't see a toddler.
How would she? You saw how far she drove with her flashers on. How did she see the toddler that far away? That I have a hard time with. And she called 911, and then she called her sister-in-law. I'm really hoping it's a hoax and that she's safe.
It just seems weird to me. I mean, maybe a hoax, but it does seem weird to me that you would do that. I guess because I never would, but I've heard of things where they use infants, babies, baby cries to lure women out to abduct.
That's a
I've
creepy thought.
I've heard of it before. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a scary
because
thing,
that's
right?
going to be an instinct for us to come running. It's good to know because I didn't
If
know
I
that
had
was being done.
if I heard a baby crying in my backyard, I would run outside.
Of course. So I'm glad to know. I didn't even think about this, but I could see people using. I would send my dog just to make sure.
Her mom even said that she was aware of that being a thing, and that's why she called 911. But they said maybe she felt like kind of braver because she knew that the police would be coming. So she wanted to get out and check on the child.
But if you
that's
saw
what her
a
mom said.
toddler-
So she knew that. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I don't know that I would.
I mean,
be
shit,
able
I'd
to
do the
just stay
same
in
for
my
a
car.
dog, right? I'd do the same for a dog next to a freeway.
You don't want anything to get
chat.
hit. Right.
The chat is cracking me up. I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all hear me giggling, I can't help it. I love our subscribers. They're funny.
But the whole baby crying thing, that's something that has actually been a thing that has gone on for hundreds of years. It used to be used as a tactic, even in like literally medieval times. Whenever you read about the backgrounds of true crime and how people used to develop certain techniques, that is one of them. And it came from, you know, the way there are certain people who can mimic animal noises, you know, when they're hunting and stuff.
Yeah,
The
my dad.
same idea, where they can mimic like a baby crying or the sound of a toddler or something, because that genetic
Yeah.
connection is in us all to protect a young animal, a young child. You don't think about it quite as much. If somebody comes and knocks at your front door, you might pause for thought. If you hear a baby crying, that's a
You
very
go.
different story.
Yep, you go. That's true. That's in our
Mhm.
instinct.
It is.
Wouldn't it be
Oh.
in mine? Like there may be a baby on the side of the freeway. Yeah, I'd call 911 because it's not my child, right? Get out here, but I would still stop and help, right? And get the baby until Ellie got there. So I don't know. I hope it's not a hoax because that's a fucked up hoax.
I hope it's not. I mean, I actually hope it is, though. Because
Actually,
that would mean that
means
she's
fine.
safe. Yeah.
You're
that
right.
would mean she's safe.
You're right.
But, you know.
But that would be so messed up.
I don't know enough about it, but it sounds wild. Wow. This is why
But to
true
me,
crime
looking at the
crazy.
camera, it looked like she came around the car and there was somebody else there. And that person did not look like a toddler. It looked like an adult.
What?
I didn't see anybody else there, to be honest with you. I saw her come around the side of the car. I looked and looked. I didn't see a second person. Then I saw her just gone after the truck drove by.
No, I
wasn't
did
there
see
anymore.
a second person.
I
I
didn't
went
see
back
that
and
part.
watched it from the original, right? Because I couldn't trust the person I was watching it from because they were like, "Oh, see this
Right.
person on the billboard." No, I don't see that shit. I don't.
No,
see
I
it.
went and looked at news footage from different
Yeah.
stations. Yeah.
That's what I did. And it does look like there's another person on the side of the car. It does not look like a baby or a toddler. It looks like a bigger person. And I did not see somebody coming out on a billboard. I saw truck lights and a truck mirror as they were coming around that corner.
Yeah, it was so hard. I mean, you're looking at something in the dark and
Yeah.
you're dealing with shadows. I could see her get out of her car on the driver's side, go around, and then I saw her on the side of the car, and then I saw what looked like she opened up that passenger door and then closed it before. That's what I thought I saw,
and it ties in with the Kylie Rodney case too, where don't forget as well, people, when you start to look at footage that is either at nighttime
Right.
or grainy or at a weird angle,
it's hard to
there
tell what
are
you're
certain
seeing. Well,
creators.
especially. Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean.
You're okay.
I was just going to say, especially that footage is also with other cars driving by, so you're getting headlights that are causing shadows and stuff too.
You're right. Yep.
It makes it tough.
And there are people who will tell you they will see Superman himself hiding behind a tree and they are convinced it's a thing and they can prove it's a thing. So that's the other word of caution I would have with some of this, is that there's already certain people trying to maybe make up stories or draw parallels where there aren't really a thing. So it's at that point we all need to take a wee step back,
Yeah,
don't fall for it.
I'm hoping law enforcement has, the filters that they can do to maybe see it a little bit better and get a better idea of what may have happened in those last seconds.
Well, and that's why I was watching this creator today and I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not jiving with what you're saying. So I went back and I looked at the video that the news, which is essentially what he was showing. I just wanted to see it as it came out, not you showing me
Right.
blurred in glimpses, you know, like our pictures or whatever. And so some of it I could agree with, but yeah, some of it I could not agree with. But apparently he has a team and they're great, and I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, her name is Carly Russell. She's 25 years old. Hoover, Alabama is where she was at. Her hair, she left her wig behind, so her hair, her mother said, is probably in cornrows, so it'll be shorter. But there's a lot of photos of her out there, just bear in mind. And
She's beautiful.
She is gorgeous. She was last seen in black pants and a black shirt. They even have a photo of what she was wearing.
But if it's true, it's scary to me because that could happen to so many people. Like you're driving down the freeway, you see a toddler, who's not going to pull over?
I think we assume it's true until
we know otherwise.
Otherwise, yeah.
Well, even think of those baby, is it like the reborn dolls that they have that are those very lifelike, very, little baby dolls. Imagine if you were just driving along and there was one of them sitting in the grass, lying in the grass somewhere along the side of the road. If you're driving,
that's true.
You wouldn't know whether that was a child or a doll. You're going to, most people, you'll be still like, oh my God, this is dangerous. You should phone the police and then go and look. But most people will still get out of their car and then, just run to see what's happening. It's nature. We should want to help, but please be safe.
Well, and I'll say with the reborn dolls, like my daughter wanted one a few years ago, right? And then she got it and she was like, this doll's creeping me out. It's too lifelike.
Oh, they are creepy.
She threw it in the garbage. Honestly, she threw it in the garbage because she was like, I can't do this baby. Like, even though that is what she wanted, she asked Santa for it. She got it. And then she was like, oh my God, this doll's creeping me out. It's too lifelike. And she threw it in the garbage. They do look like a fucking baby.
There's been a few car windows busted out. People being fooled by those dolls thinking they were a baby locked in a hot car.
And even when it comes to adults, how many cases have we heard of where somebody had thought it was a mannequin that they saw in whatever situation, because it didn't look real to them, or it was, posed at a weird angle or something. I have read that in so many cases at this point that's where I do think there could be an element of truth. But again, we'll find out all in good time. Could it be a hoax? Sure. Could it be somebody planning to do something? Sure. Could it have all happened the way that we think? Sure. We don't know.
Who's Google? Hold on, y'all. Who is Google, Spoogle, Google, whatever?
I don't know.
Tell Kriss to stop watching the live so she can watch a movie with her son. I don't know what this means.
That might be the kid that didn't get traded for a car.
But no, okay, they were. Wait, hold on. They were unhidden.
Let's show her son something.
Were they joking or something? Children.
Yeah, it's her kid being a butthead, she said.
Oh, God. Beep, beep, motherfuckers.
That's not what I meant to do.
Okay.
Do you have an annoying car? Do you have an annoying teen? Is your annoying teen eating up the dollars you need to replace your annoying car? Does it feel like you'll never get that dream car that you promised yourself when you grew up? Are you looking for a solution? Willing to try a new idea? Well, Kriss's Cars for Kids could have just the answer you're looking for. Come on down to your local Kriss Kars for Kids dealership and see what's on offer. Don't forget to bring your old car. And most importantly, that spare teenager that's been cluttering up your kitchen. Here's how it works. You bring your kid in, sign some quick paperwork, and pick out your car.
Children are not refundable. Terms and conditions apply.
And that's that. You just drive away.
Beep beep, motherfuckers.
That
Hey,
was
Scoop.
amazing.
It never gets
Scoop.
old.
Scoogle, behave yourself. Mama needs an upgrade.
Oh my
Right?
God. That was the way that was laid out was amazing. Shout out to Pearl. Damn it.
And Scoogle, I have a great admiration for your mother, but please take note that while you knew that what you were saying was funny, that's one of those moments where you say something, and because other people don't know, at best it'll end up with you getting blocked.
Yeah,
So
we didn't know.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would have done the same thing, Tamara. I would have
I
done the
would
same
have
thing.
too. That's why I was looking. I'm like, But Scootle, whatever he named himself.
Can I say something though? Is that SQ?
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you a U always follows the Q. I'm just saying. That's why we're struggling.
Beep beep, motherfuckers. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is for me. A girl's getting tired.
I don't get
Night night,
tired.
Sue.
I don't think you do, I swear I don't think you sleep.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate things. I don't sleep very much, but you know, it just gives me more time to fit other things in. Hey.
I have to get my full 8 hours a night. I'm grumpy as fuck.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Night.
Good
Night,
night,
Sue.
Sue.
Love you.
Two soups.
No soup. No soup. It's all gone.
Zero
It's spilled all over.
No
It's zero
soup.
soup. You thought it was a pea? How?
Ewoks
Lord.
don't need sleep.
Right?
That's what it is. Ewoks don't need sleep.
I know. Well, they do. They just don't get the chance. And then, yes, it does do all the things where you get grumpy and do all the things, and then you just have to go and, remember that there's nothing you can really do about it. It is what it is. It's just one of those things. I think Pearl's on that same boat where sleep evades you a lot of the time. A lot of people are. It's annoying. You're like, I want to go sleep.
Mine too. Zoots.
Hey, Nico.
Is it just me, or is the YouTube sort of time schedule a bit weird at the minute as well? Because there's sometimes it feels like there's nobody around, and then all of a sudden it feels like
Everyone.
400 people go live at the same time or something, and then they all disappear again.
I've been noticing that too. It's like there'll be too much to watch, too much to catch up on, and then all of a sudden it'll just be a drought. There'll be
Yeah.
nothing.
I think once it comes into summer too, well, for most of this sort of time zone or whatever, that a lot of people sort of go out and do all the different things, and it really picks back up again in winter where you get more people on a regular schedule. Because
Right when
hopefully
they're
they're out
back
doing,
mostly at home.
yeah, rather than, wasting the good times, they could be out enjoying themselves.
I mean, to be honest, we like to talk about the fuck shit, but sometimes I wish there was less fuck shit.
Oh, I pray for the day there'd be
Especially
less.
in some instances, like I really want Summer to get justice, right? Like I think that would be the most beautiful thing for her. But I also want, I mean, that's going to kill off so many creators. And I think that would be great too. But
Yeah,
then
it might
again,
get
they'll
rid of
probably
some of
just
the bad
move
ones.
on. They'll probably just move on and they'll interfere in the next case and they'll do the same fuck shit in the next case.
That
I'd like to think they won't, but
that
it's probably not
exact
going to
thing
happen.
has been said with every case that Benny and Doug have been involved in.
I know the West
Uh,
Boys Cash Garden. I was there through the whole Cash Garden. I saw everything.
Every single time it comes
Even
like,
through
oh,
the
that's
Watts.
them.
I saw everything through the Watts. I don't get it. I don't get involving yourself in a case. I get bringing awareness. I get talking about it. No, I even get talking about your theories and opinions. What I don't get is inserting yourself. I just don't understand that.
I don't get it either.
And I think some things I think people need to pick and choose, and maybe you just do it on a members only, right?
Hmm.
Like, it's my thought.
Yep. It's not a bad thought.
But they don't get the views, right? Because they only have these many members. You know, take Ziggy
So,
for instance. She has 15,000 subs, but she has like a handful of members. Would
right.
make for a
And
great live. You're not going to get those views.
when you want to put out misinformation, you want to get it to as many viewers as possible, right?
Apparently.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Seems
don't
that
get
way.
either. I get investigating, I get looking into it. I get true crime creators. I watch them.
Right.
But I like the ones who put out the facts of what has been put out by Ellie, by the news, like legitimate media sources, stuff like that.
I don't
And
even
even then,
mind.
you can still have theories and opinions based on what you hear. I don't get contacting family, friends, babysitters, whatever.
Right.
That part I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't mind speculation as long as I can follow where you're going with it, if it has like some logic to the speculation, I don't mind like entertaining that as long as you're clear that, it's speculation and not
I speculate as well, right? And I follow a lot of true crime and I speculate my brain. So sometimes it's cool to speculate together, but it's within reason.
right. Don't put anything
Like
any of
not,
that
oh,
out
this
as
person knew this person 20 years ago. Oh shit, we're gonna dox them. We're gonna dox their entire family.
right.
It's
Don't
weird.
speculate and then get out some tarot cards to confirm your speculation and then call that like, yep,
True
we figured
crime.
it out.
And the opposite is also true. We should have questions. If you're going to think about the possibilities of what happened and how it happened, you should have questions about, where someone was, where they were going, what they were doing, was that normal? There should be a whole process there.
Hmm.
Whenever another creator can then turn that round into the actual words that were spoken, that they were attacking a child because of this person asking questions and it wasn't hateful. That's also kind of sad because we can't
It
even
is.
have a discussion. We
Right.
can't.
Well, and here's the thing. We had True Crime and Eve one time in back chat. or it was not alive for public. I don't agree with everything she says, but there are some things she made me think outside the box on, right? I appreciate her for that. I don't agree with everything, but some things I'm like, makes me think this, right? It gets your brain going sometimes because it is a puzzle piece. But I think it has to be done within reason and it has to be done not hurtful.
Right, as long as you use along with that the stuff that you know is actual facts. Does the puzzle go together with that, you know?
Right. I mean, I think there's good and bad ways to go about it. I think some of these true crime creators have shoved shit so far over the limit. Think, I think changes are coming. That's just my thought. I think YouTube is getting ready to change some things, especially after the Zav Girl thing. Um, that's just my thought.
Well, it's time for another commercial, guys.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That one is my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah, I do love that one.
Me too, Pearl. Pearl would like to know what happened to the parental alienation campaign. It just got dropped. I don't know. I haven't heard anything more about it.
So, are we talking about Lolita or is there another parental alienation?
No, I think it was something that Purple was working on.
Oh, okay.
Parental alienation. Yeah, she wanted to really dig into that. And
Yeah, Purple doesn't have the mind to go any further. That's my. Oh shit! I lost my headset. Hold on. I lost my headset. That's my opinion.
yeah.
Because it wasn't about parental alienation. It was only about digging at either the jerks or Lolita or somehow erasing every misdeed they have ever done by going, look over here. And congratulations, it's been a thing. But if you're
Yep.
going to get up there and then start to get involved in family issues for the umpteenth time, you know, people remember. I love that for you,
I
Purple.
agree. Well, and I think parental alienation is something that goes on. I've seen it with many people who a parent wants to be involved in their child's life and the other parent keeps them or utilizes that child against them. Is that a serious topic? Yes, I do believe so. And I believe it does happen. Do I believe it happened in this situation? No. Just my opinion.
Yeah, it was just a way of taking a dig. That's all that was, because they were all about Harry and not about the actual issue, like
Yeah.
Pearl says. So,
I've watched on TV shows, YouTubes, whatever. I've seen parents who hold their kids as hostages because they don't like their other half, right?
well, yeah,
Um,
I've
it
often
does
seen,
happen. Don't get me wrong. It is
and
it is a big topic.
I've even heard that crowd over there speak about children as though they are possessions. Your children are
Yes.
not your possessions.
No.
They're human beings, and they're not a possession to be won or lost or fought over. You get the honor of being able to raise and guide your child to become a upstanding citizen, right? That's your honor that you get, but they're not your possessions. People fight over them when they split up as if they are.
Right.
Like any other furniture that they try to divide up when they divorce, and it's a sad situation. Children are not possessions. They shouldn't be treated as such, and
No.
I hate to hear them talked about as such.
And I think that if any child has a mom and a dad who wants to be in their life, who are good to be in their life, right? I think that child deserves it.
Sure. Absolutely.
I think they
Absolutely.
deserve to know both parents.
I mean,
I don't think it's right to move on and then all of a sudden stepdaddy's your daddy. No, you had it done. As long as it's within reason.
A child can't have too many people that love and care about it, you know?
Well, no, I think the more the better, but
Right.
I've seen different things, and I feel like, just coming from my child, like my oldest, he has a different dad, whatever, but from his perspective, I would have never kept his dad out of his life. It was his choice if he wanted to be in his life or not. It was my son's choice, right? Once he got old enough to understand, it was his choice. And you can go where you want to go. It's your choice.
But again, that whole discussion was being brought up by someone who wants to choose an ex-friend of theirs. And the thing that she did was choose the emotional and mental well-being of her child first before her own feelings, because her child wanted to go and live with their father for a bit. And because of that very same creator who wants to talk about, parental alienation and the responsibilities of being a parent, there are also, that's so common where there are situations where a parent has to give up what would be comfortable for them in order to make their child a well-rounded and happy individual. That's why I see no merit in any of the argument that was coming from that. And the person
No, I agree. I've never saw any merit from that at all. I agree with you.
And on that note, we should probably wrap this up and let Kriss go watch a movie with her son.
Yeah.
Sound good, y'all?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Good night, ladies.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming up.
Love you.
Thanks for coming.
Talk for 1 second while I find it. Okay, never mind. I found it. Good night, everyone. Bye.
You're embarrassing yourself. Go to bed.
Good night.